And then sometimes you have a bad first kiss, and you're just like, get your face away from my face. Your face is committing a hate crime right now. I've had both of them. There's two types of kisses: open mouth, closed mouth. Open, open, good. Closed, closed, good. Open, closed, one of the worst things ever. I leaned into a girl one night. I came in open because I thought I earned it. She came in closed, and I didn't know what was happening until I had all of her lips in my mouth. I had her in my mouth. I don't know what to do. And I'll tell you what I wanted. I wanted to be able to dislocate my jaw and swallow her whole, just to get rid of the witness. I don't want this to be ladies' room fodder from now on. One time a girl kissed me and she pulled her back, and then she licked me from my chin to my nose. She licked me and then looked at me like I don't know what to say. You know, you just gave me a cat bath. No. We do not lick on the face. Where's my squirt bottle? Get down from the fridge. Get down. That's where I keep my change jar. That's my vacation fund. I'm going to Branson and maybe Gatlinburg. One of my least favorite types of overall kisses is a power kiss. If the power kisses should be used in a moment. If there's like panting and huffing and puff, like, so much power, but then not just like an end of the night kiss. I had that one time with a girl. I lean in for the kiss, and I see her kiss face. I got greedy. I kept my eyes open too long, and she comes in. Her lips are just clenched tight, like I'm trying to feed her vegetables. And she, I don't want none. Tell Dad. And then as soon as our lips touched, she jammed her head forward into my head with her neck muscle, just pushed onward. I didn't know what I just started shoving my head back. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna lose. I mean, you know, you want to neck wrestle? I'll neck wrestle. I'm bigger, faster, stronger. So we're having this head, our teeth touched in the, dang! That happened in my head. Our teeth touched. Your teeth are not supposed to touch. At that point, it's like less of a kiss and more of eating a sandwich or something.
So I'm going to a party, and I had to go to a greeting card store to get a birthday card. These places are way too subdivided now. They don't have just a simple birthday section. They have like, happy birthday for age 4 from the both of us. What the hell? I'm looking for a religious, humorous happy birthday for age 7 twins from the AFC West. They have a whole section called Blank Inside. What in the hell is a blank inside card? So I've been sending them out. Sorry you're feeling so blank inside. I feel like that myself sometimes. What kind of scam? The guy who's selling blank inside cards must wake up laughing. What do you do again? I sell blank inside cards. Picture of a tree, nothing on the inside. No little limerick, nothing. They're buying a crease. They have another whole section called encouragement. I like to send those to people who are not about to do anything and just keep sending them follow-ups and confusing them. You can do it. I can do what? I keep getting these. I know it's in you. What is in me? What can I do? Maybe you should go do something instead of reading cards all the time. You know, it's fun, you pick somebody at random, like out of the phone book, and send them about 100 just because cards. They can't even ask you why you did it. They have a section called New Baby. I don't think you need the word new. You have to clear up confusion. Do you have a old baby section? Because, well, my friend had a baby. And I let time get away from me. And he's 12. Is there an area of your establishment? Are you the proprietor? Be asking that sort of thing. They have birthday, then they have birthday humorous, you know. Ha! That kicks it up a notch. They have sympathy, no sympathy humorous. I've yet to see where they've tried to. I guess that's good. You wouldn't want to get one of those. Sorry about your Uncle Fred, but hey, sometimes you end up dead. Did somebody blunk him in the head? Did somebody pump him full of lead? What the? Are they trying to be humorous? Bet you're glad it wasn't you instead.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Panette! Hello! Hello! Hi. How are you? Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, this better be good, huh? Yes. It's a pleasure to be here. I went to the gym today. Listen first. First listen. Since February, I've been going to the gym 5 or 6 days a week. I don't like it. I go because I want to be healthier. I have such a long road ahead of me. I lost 100 pounds, and people say to me, wow, we can really see it in your face. How big was my head before I started this journey? Apparently I was the Kool-Aid man and nobody ever said anything to me. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid's here. That's John. His head's the size of a manhole cover. We don't talk about it though. Shh. And it's not like I'm getting back in shape. Not getting back in shape. No, I never was in shape. So in February, I hired a trainer. I've had many since then. Some quit, some turned to drugs and alcohol. One trainer quit the business and opened up a candy store. Seriously, he makes the best maple walnut fudge I've ever tasted. So I'm not just big, I'm a carrier. People get big around me. So this trainer thing, I went the first day to the gym, and I looked a little nervous. And I remember it was like my first day of kindergarten again. Yeah, I even had the same lunchbox. What's that machine over there do? And the trainer said to me, I see you're nervous, but don't be. Once you start here at the gym, you're gonna get addicted. I don't think so. I think I can quit this gym stuff anytime I want. I got a lot of willpower. See that guy with the muscles over there? That's not gonna be me. They're never gonna find me in the exercise wing of Betty Ford. I can't stop! I wanna stop, but I can't stop. So the trainer said to me, he said, I want you to loosen up first. We don't want you to strain or pull anything. I want you to do this across the gym. Gym full of people. This is called the soldier's walk. This is a soldier's walk? Where did you go to boot camp? Is there a gay Nazi brigade out there I don't know about? Then he says to me, give me a sit-up. I said, oh, nay. I don't do ups. I told him that when I signed up. I don't do ups. I do downs. Sit down, lay down. Blackjack, I'll double down. Give me a cheeseburger, I'll wolf it down. Put on a little music, I'll boogie down. But I don't do ups. Ups defy gravity. Gravity is a law. I obey the law. So, I see people at the gym, and I just don't think healthy. I do this machine. Do you know this horrible machine? I don't know the name of it. I call it the horrible machine. I started in February. I could do 5 minutes, but I would have to cry for 2.5 of those minutes. People don't want to see that at the gym. They complain. Take him off that machine. He's crying. Now I can do 45 minutes, and it's a real miracle. But, yeah, and I'm a pleasure to be around, too. I see other people working out on the machines. They're thinking, what machine am I going to do next? Maybe I'll do weights. And I'm thinking if I do 45 minutes and live, I'm going to have raviolis and a nap. So the last 15 minutes is a chant. Raviolis and a nap. Raviolis and a nap. I'm like this on the machine. The trainer comes by and says, I see you sweating. That's great. You know, you're burning fat. Oh, good. I hope it's a controlled burn. Because if this baby goes up all at once, there's going to be a mushroom cloud over this gym.
But politicians have a lot to deal with these days, man. It's a different world. You know who I feel bad for? Arab Americans who truly want to get into crop dusting. Could be their lifelong dream. And every time they ask for a pamphlet, all hell breaks loose. I'd like some information on crop dusting, and let me guess, you need to make a phone call. I've been through the rigmarole. I like watching the news. I love the commercials for the local news. You'll hear things like, a news anchor you can trust. What the hell is there not to trust? What is he gonna lie to you? There's a big fire downtown. Maybe. I don't know if I trust this guy. I don't know. There's something about him. I can't put my finger upon it. Something not right. Another one you'll hear, a news team that cares. They don't care on the other channel? Like you click over there, a major highway is closed down tonight, but hey, I don't drive home that way. Oh, turn it back to the team that cares. These two are surly. I've had it with their uncaring ways. You know what I saw on the news, and I'm not making this up at all? There's a United States spy named Brian Regan. Brian Regan, same spelling. It's unbelievable. And when that trial started, he's in jail for the rest of his life for espionage, for selling secrets to Libya and Iraq. And when that trial started, I knew nothing about that guy. I had the news on in the background, and I'm not really paying attention. I'm doing a crossword puzzle, and I hear, it's unclear whether the charges against Brian Regan will lead to his execution. Guess I can set this down. Honey, did we pay that parking ticket? You guys are great, man. Thank you for making me feel so welcome tonight.
You gotta be weary. using your smart mouth around woman has mood swings. That's what they do. They get to have these mood swings whenever they come along. That's their thing. They'll be mean to you, and they'll be like, I'm having mood swings. You know what I mean? And then as a guy, we don't get that. Like if we do anything, they're like, you're being a dick right now. And you're like, your word sounds way better than that one. And mood swings is a lie anyway. That mood swings makes it sound like it's just swinging. And we don't know what mood it's gonna hit. I don't know the last time a woman's had mood swings and it's landed on good. Just, bam, nailed it. I promise you, if your wife calls you and says she's having mood swings, don't expect to walk through the door to find her naked cooking brownies. I'm so happy. I think horny's next. Should I be on some medicine? You're like, no, let's ride it out. Let's ride it out.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. You look great. It looks like you lost weight. Good for you. You look nice. Sincerely, many, many thanks. It means a lot that you're here. A big round of applause for the Tom Papa dancers. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. It really does. Here's why I don't like the Chinese. Not some of them, all of them. I'm scared of the Chinese. I'm scared of the Chinese. And I know fear comes from ignorance, and I am ignorant of that culture, but I'll bet most of you are ignorant of the Chinese culture. Go to Chinatown and go to a grocery store and look at what they consider food. And you tell me you understand the Chinese. Bags of salted squirrel faces. Baby alligators, this big, this big. I've never seen an alligator this big. Not on the internet, not on Discovery, not in a museum. It's like they don't exist. Go to Chinatown, there's boxes filled with them with scoopers like you're getting gummy bears at the fair. There's always a fish tank out front with black water in it. You think nothing's in it. You come up, tap on the glass, something comes up, spits at you, yells, and goes back down. Was that a fish or a man? Are they selling it or does he work here? All right. What other culture has buckets of live frogs out front of every storefront? Who? And not just the food store, the bank, the electronics store. Everyone in Chinatown is in the live frog business. Well, let's educate ourselves. Let's not be so ignorant. Let's learn a little bit. We'll take 6, please. Give us 6 live frogs. They bag them up for you. You get them home to your place. What's your next move? How are you killing 6 live frogs on your own? Are you just gonna get little pillows and put them over their face? Let it go, Froggy, let it go. I don't know. I don't have the answers. Who are you gonna ask for answers in those stores? Who's there to help you in those stores? One 2,000-year-old woman sitting on a milk crate, chewing on a bat wing. A Bengal tiger in a hammock just swinging behind her, eyeballing you the whole time. You go to the register, no people at the register, just cats. Cats working the register. Smoking cigarettes, playing scratch-off lottery games, eating Fig Newtons with no labels on them. Scary, scary people. And we owe them $4 trillion. Gay men scare me. Gay men scare me because they care about the same things that women care about, but with the aggression of men. It's a dangerous combination. Like if my wife sees a friend of hers who's gained a little weight, she'll rip her apart, but be very tactful about it, you know. It looks like Barbara might have put on a pound or 2. Boop, 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 boop. Our gay friend's like, please, she's a walrus. Look at her whiskers. Oh. Like women will redecorate maybe a room or 2. maybe a half bath if they get excited. Gay men will redecorate an entire city if they don't like it. I lived in Chelsea here in town. It was a hellhole. It was rat-infested, graffiti covered. And when the gay community finally moved in, they got to Chelsea, looked around and said, hell no, this will not do. And they dressed up like construction workers in jeans and work boots, suspenders and no shirts. And they tore that place to the ground. And what has emerged is a Pottery Barn heaven. Everywhere you go, it smells like candles. Gay men make everything better. Yeah, it should be their slogan.
Ooh, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta go and see a movie. I'm not gonna see that Hunchback of Notre freak. I got an eye here, I got an eye here, I got a lump in my back. He's a cartoon character with soil in his pants and sing about it. I soiled in my pants. Saw Pocahontas, boy, what a waste of time that was. So, I mean, the animation's good. Then she starts singing those 4-minute songs, you know. Have you ever seen a wolf cry? Oh, good Lord, I'm gonna take a dump. Musicals don't really happen in real life. That's why I don't like them too much, you know. Like, you know, like you're really hanging out with your friends and music comes out of nowhere and your friends start dancing. Let's go! That would suck. You hanging out with your buddies. Hey, can I come to the party, man? Can I? Hey, man, Bob, you can't come, man. You got drunk at Freddy's house this week, man. You're a street rat. Street rat, riff-raff. I don't buy that. If only they look closer, would they see a poor boy? No, siree. Hey, shut up. You shut up! Come on, Abu. Your friends, hey, Pablo, what'd you do last summer? Oh, you know, I met a girl named Sandy. What? Yeah. Come on, all right. All your friends go, oh no. Oh, well, what? Woo-hoo! Oh, yeah! Did you know they're actually coming out with another Friday the 13th movie? Can you believe that? Man, what a they wanted me to. You audition for it. Yeah, can I get killed, please? Those kids are so easy to kill, you can strangle them with a cordless phone. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, you see how they just run right into danger, these idiots? They walk right into death. They're looking for death. You know, hello, is anybody in here? Hello? Shh. Come on, you guys, this ain't funny. Shh. Billy? Shh. I want to get naked and take a shower, guys. What's going on? Someone's behind that door. Shh. Kill. I better check it out. See who it is. Could be my friends. That's the spear.
I'm just looking for the one. Like everyone, I'm just looking for the one who will let me be with others. That's all I want, right? I don't know if you guys are monogamy people. If you like monogamy, clap your hands. Clap your hands, monogamy people. But only your 2 hands forever. Just those 2 hands. Now, non-monogamy people, clap hands or slap high fives or slap your dicks together. Whatever you want to do. Have a great time. Get some STDs. Call them sexual touchdowns. Fun. Monogamy, if you're doing it today, congratulations. I really think it's the hardest that it's ever been. I respect you. It was way easier back, like, say, in biblical times when God gave it to Adam. It was like, Adam, you can only be with one other person. And Adam was like, well, there only is one other person, so... You're just saying don't be with the animals? Is that all? Check. I got it. I mean, they're naked, so, like, if God didn't want us banging the animals, why did he make them so naked? Am I right? I'm not right. I get that one. I'm not right on that one. I'm not right at all. Used to be way easier. Like, before life was longer, before there were more people, before Facebook. Used to be there wasn't even a book or faces, you know, it was just amoebas. Amoebas didn't have multiple parts. They didn't have any partners. Amoeba would just asexually reproduce. And the amoeba was all alone, and it would just be like, I'm just gonna jerk off. And then it would jerk off, and then come another amoeba. That's what happens. It'd be like, I'm lonely. Well, there's a friend. Great, that's super. That's the beginning of life, I believe. But monogamy, it used to be easier because, you know, hundreds of years ago, you'd meet your love and you'd be like, let's be together till death do we part. And then death could get you next week via tiger. You know what I mean? That was it. Now you could get married, you'd be like, till death do we part. It could be like 20 years, 40 years, 80 years. Eventually, like, where's that tiger? I was led to believe there'd be a tiger eventually. And where are the tigers today? They are eating gay magicians. That's what's happening today. Wrong people. Gay people can't even get married in most places in this country. And plus, the tigers now are better magicians than the magicians are, because the tigers are making magicians disappear. Great trick, tigers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Pretty silly thing to say. Pretty silly. And I know you might be looking at me thinking, you don't look like the kind of guy who gets with all the women. And that's true, because all the women, that's 3.5 billion people, I'm not getting with all. I'm working on it. I'm working on all of them. Not all at once, but not all. And some of them are kids. I'm gonna leave them alone, obviously. Wait like 20, 40, 60 years on them. And some of them are old. Some of them are old women. I'm gonna wait on them until they're dead. You can have sex with them way easier. You know, like, you can't say no when you're dead, am I right? This time I am right, but I get why you're hesitant a little, I think. Come on, talk about boning, right, everybody? No? Okay. Mortician for the squishing? Okay, I understand. What I'm trying to say is that I am in therapy. And I'm talking to this therapist about what kind of relationship I want. One forever, multiples over the course of forever, a lot at once. There's a lot of options. I'm talking to this one therapist. Maybe she's not the therapist for me. Maybe I should be seeing multiple therapists all at once. Who knows? I told her that as a joke, and she was like, are you seeing multiple therapists? And I was like, are you seeing other patients? That seems like a hypocritical thing. Like, why? Are you jealous? Double standard? Let's talk about this, you know?
I watch a lot of television. Too much. Did you ever watch those monster truck pulls on TV? My favorite part is not the race. I like when they interview the driver when the race is over. They always talk about their engine like you know what the hell they're talking about, you know? Hey, what were you thinking during that last run, Earl? You know, I was going pretty good, and about halfway through the flap coil valve burner started smoking, the hydro pen springer spurting off the manifold drive, and if I didn't overflood the drive, got some of that last pine line trying to unplate that hydro coil, and if I couldn't do that, I was gonna have to shut her down. Man, what the hell are you talking about? Like you're following him at home, the hydro pen, well, sure, you had to shut her down. What options did you have, Earl? None! I'm jealous of those guys. I know nothing about cars. If my car breaks down, I have to make the noises my car's making for the mechanics. And you know they know you have to do that because there's always like 5 of them hanging around waiting for a show, you know? They're just standing there, hey, here he comes. What's the matter with your car, man? I don't know, you know? If you could take a look at it, come on, what's the matter with it? Tell us. So you gotta stand there while it's going. Can you fix that? I don't know, I just clean up air. Harry! You're gonna have to talk to Harry.
Oh man, I gotta do, you know, as a headliner, I gotta do 45 minutes of comedy. That's a long time. That's a sitcom and a half. For Christ's sake. I've never seen a sitcom and say, I wanna see that character for 15 more minutes. So I'm sick of myself, and I know some of you are sick of me already. It's a long time to stand up here and say, hey, listen to me, fuck, ha ha. Don't talk or you'll get kicked the fuck out. I got a great job. I can talk for 45 minutes straight. If someone says one word, you're fucking out of here. That's too much, man. I'm not that cocky, goddammit. Go ahead, talk, but just use your hands. I got a business card because I want to win some lunches. That's what my business card says. Mitch Hedberg, potential lunch winner. Give me a call, maybe we'll have lunch. If I'm lucky. Hey man, I did a radio interview for XM Radio. Nobody heard it. Come on, who has XM Radio? Hey, I'll be damned, it's growing in popularity. They said, you can swear on XM Radio. No shit, because nobody can hear it. You can swear in the woods, too. I want to climb a mountain, not so I can get to the top, because I want to hang out at base camp. That seems fucking fun as shit. You sleep in a colorful tent, you grow a beard, you drink hot chocolate, you walk around. Hey, you going to the top? Soon. I had a paper route when I was a kid. I was a paper boy. I was supposed to go to 2,000 houses or 2 dumpsters. I saw a lady with a flower. She was plucking out the petals. She was saying, he loves me not. Thank God the flower can't talk. What would it say? Fuck, that hurts. Fuck, that hurts as well. Fuck, leave me alone. I'm no longer pretty. And he loves you not. I could have told you it had an even number of petals.
I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Like, I guess it's because kids come to shows sometimes. Yeah, I was doing this rock club once. A rock club. And I show up, and there's these parents with this little 6-year-old girl, and I walk over. I feel it's my I'm not going to change my show, but it's my responsibility to warn them what they're about to do to their kid. And I walk over, and I was like, hey, and before I could say anything, the little girl looks up at me and goes, are you going to be telling silly stories? Yeah, because in my head, I'm like, yes, but about my dick. You know, and you don't need to grow up that fast, honey, so let's maybe stay home, watch some more Dora. Like, this entertainment is not for you quite yet. Give it a year. That's new. That's gonna go on the CD. All right, good. I don't understand it. Like, you can curse on TV in Canada. You're allowed to do it there, because it's not like they do it at the wrong time. You know, it's not like it's on the news. Like, how's the weather? Fucking cold. Back to you. You know, they don't. They'd be right, because it's Canada. I was in Winnipeg in January for 2 weeks because my agent, you know, is a dick, and it was 60 degrees below zero. I know, right? That means if it warmed up by 92 degrees, it'd be freezing. That's a real place that people live on purpose. Like, I don't understand that. We've never had that happen here. That hasn't happened in the continental U.S., not even once. For them, just a Tuesday. They didn't even bat an eye because it was frozen open the whole time. But, like, it was 57 below is our record. That's our record. 60. It was 60 there. They didn't care. Our entire record, I looked it up, is 57 below. Yeah, and that was in North Dakota, so nobody knew that it happened. Like, who was there? It's like a thermometer in a field and the cow next to it going, ah! Like, that's all it was. Because cows start talking when it gets that cold. And you go in the house because it's creepy to see a cow talk. 60 below, man. That is religious weather. Because you walk outside, you say, oh my God, and then you die and you meet him. Unless you're an atheist. Then you're just cold. But even in that weather, it was still, people were still shivering, smoking a cigarette. Isn't that amazing to me? Still, that's fantastic that the cigarette wasn't even the health risk in that equation. That they'd be healthier to stay inside and snort cocaine. That would have been a healthier idea. Because that's an indoor drug. You don't take cocaine outdoors, it'll blow everywhere.
Thank you very, very much. You guys are great, man. Thanks. Yeah, I was at the breakfast table this morning, and I read in the newspaper that more and more adults are living at home with their parents. That surprised me. I was like, Mom, did you read this? I can't believe it. So surprised I coughed Fruit Loops all over my bib. Came out all haphazardly. I'm joking. My mom read that for me. Sound it out, sound it out. Maury and Maury, adults. I don't like reading the newspaper. Because, first of all, it's hard. Also, they never wrap up a story on the front page, and I'm never curious enough to go inside to find out how anything ever ends. And after a 9-year trial, the jury finally came in with the verdict of continued on page 22, column C. I guess I'll never know. You ever see these people? I want to learn. I want to be a learner of things. You want me to know what's going on? You put a picture of it on the front page. Reading's hard. You ever try that? No, I read good. Goodly. But I hate when you're trying to read something and you come across the expression, one thing led to another. What in the hell kind of lazy writing is that? Isn't that your job as the writer to tell me how this led to that? You can just throw that in there? Adolf Hitler was rejected as a young man in his application to art school. One thing led to another. And the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the sovereign nation of Japan. This is some pamphlet! It's hard to read. I hate when a sentence drags on, because my brain can't handle a long sentence. The corporation had originally decided that a restructuring of its charter should be preceded by a preliminary. What in the hell is going on? Okay, here we go. All right. The corporation. Okay, the corporation. Put smokestacks on that. Had originally. Okay, this thing had before. I'm gonna move that to the past, and that's a timeline. The smokestacks, they're not even here yet. That's a coming. The corporation had originally decided, hey, we better. I put little people in the window making decisions. Hey, we better. That's how I read in the library. Hey, smokestack. Hey. People are like, what are you doing? Shh, I'm trying to read. So I'm trying to learn how to read better, you know. I took a speed reading course, and not to brag, but my speed shot up to 43 pages a minute. But my comprehension plummeted. Take the good with the bad, man. I was flying. Sparks coming off the fingertips. People next to me in class, he's a rapid reader. Proud, you know. I'm trying to learn how to read because I read better. Because I hear it's like good for you or something. Anybody here? It's got a good reputation, right? Nobody ever badmouths it. You never see a point-counterpoint show about reading. And in the pro side of reading, like a professor with a bow tie. And in the opposite side, hey, let me tell you something. Reading don't never do nothing. Because if you hazarded a book, and you have looks at it, then you might not even know why you had to do that. I have nothing to add. I'd like to yield the remainder of my time to my opponent. In the interest of fairness, please. If reading makes you smart, then how come when you read a book, they have to put the title of the book on the top of every single page in that book? Does anyone ever get halfway through a book? What the hell am I reading? Oh, it's right there at the top. Okay. I forget again. Oh, it's right there. Woo, that is handy. I don't know what I'm... Yes, I do. Yes, I do now. That's good. I don't want to have to go all the way back to the cover. Okay. Didn't know what I was reading. Didn't know what I was reading. No, I was reading something. Didn't know what. Every page. Why? When you go to the movies, they don't put the title on the top of the screen. Planet of the Apes. Okay. I was seeing all these apes, and I'm thinking, what is going on? It's a planet of them. Okay. If the whole planet is of them, that explains these apes.
Find out what you like. You can like a lot of things. You can like a lot of things. I like a lot of things. I like tattoos, I found out. I like a girl in a sexy tattoo. A sexy tattoo, not any tattoo, like a teardrop coming down from where she stabbed a girl in the joint or something. I ended up with a girl one, I had a bunch of them tattoos, sexy ones, and on her ribcage she had a tattoo of a zipper from the top to the bottom of a zipper. I said, hey, what's that zipper all about? What do you got a zipper tattoo for? She goes, zipper was mine and my ex-boyfriend's safe word in bed. We'd yell out zipper when things got out of hand so no one would get hurt. Huh. I did not know you could get hurt. Apparently, I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Generally, when I'm finished, I'm like, that was relaxing. I liked it. I'm not like, we made it! Head count. Seriously. Where's that little fella? Where's that? Who tied these knots? We started romping around, and like a minute into it, she bit me on my shoulder, hard. Not a nibble, I like a nibble. Big, meaty, like you're trying to bite through an Applebee's steak hard, you know what I mean? Of course it's tough, it's $9, and they're making profit. So she's Applebee's biting me right there in my shoulder. It hurt, like I was like, zipper! Zipper! Reißverschluss! That's German for zipper, I think. I tried to blow in her nose, because that works with dogs. Seriously, I mean, puff. Puff at you. She choked me? Choked me? And I'm not saying, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you choke each other. And I'm not saying I like it or I don't like it. I'm just saying, how about a little pre-choke warning? You know what I mean? A little heads up. We're throwing etiquette out the door right now, no manners. She caught me on an exhale. I thought I was gonna die. How rude, you know? Stephanie Tanner. She choked a noise out of me. A noise. I didn't even know it was in me. It was buried underneath some Diet Dr. Pepper or something. And it wasn't a sex noise. I've heard those. I've made those. Nobody across the hallway was like, that's sex. I can hear it. Boy, that's a sex noise if I've ever heard one. God forbid, if anyone heard that noise, they were like, call a veterinarian. Call it something stuck up in a crawl space. And it's in labor, obviously. Obviously. And it's breech. It's having a breech baby. I can tell by the scream. It multiplies when it gets wet. She texted me for weeks. I never responded. One time she just texted me and just said, sex, exclamation point. How about you toss a question mark in there? Because I don't think that's what happened, to be honest with you. That was more of an assault and battery, if you ask me. Attempted breaking and entering, but that's a different story altogether. Secondly, I don't want to do it again because I know the first time it was crazy. I thought I was going to die. And I know this about people. Human nature is the more you're around somebody, the more comfortable you become, especially in the bedroom. The more you're with somebody, the more you're able to try things that you wouldn't try with someone that you just met. And I had just met her when she choked and bit me. I don't want to be there when she's able to let her guard down and really be herself. I wake up with an orange in my mouth, an IV in my arm, and my balls are on fire. I'm like, this is citrusy. This is citrusy. She's doing some type of rain dance in the corner, and I'm like, granted the crops aren't coming in like they should, but there's gotta be a better way. I've got acid reflux. I take Zantac, 150, the kind they lock up. Hurts.
I've tried with the computers. I took a class in college, and it was called Introduction to Computers and Networks, and it was at 8 in the morning. So I went to the first class, and it was way over my head. The guy's talking about computers. So the next morning when I woke up for class, Sleepy Carl just wasn't having it. He was like, why would you go talk about computers when you could stay here and go skiing and your skis will be French toast sticks? I was like, that is the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm giving you a 401k. And so I never went to class until the class before the final to find out what would be on the final. And I showed up a few minutes early and I sat down and the guy next to me leaned over and he goes, you think we'll get back the final? You guys got it a little faster than I did. The reality of the situation kind of came to me in waves. I was like, we took the final? Oh no! And I sprinted out of the class to the computer science department, and there was my professor, and I said, hello, because I didn't know his name. I'm in your class, I misunderstood the syllabus, and I missed the final. He didn't even look at me. He just looked at the floor, and he goes, you get the worst grade. I didn't even know what that meant. So I tried to, clarify. I was like, so I get a 0? And he was like, you get the grade that the person who did the worst on the test got on the test. And I thought, that's great news. Because that's what I would have gotten if I had taken the test. Well, it turns out the person who did the worst on the test passed the test. So I passed the test, and I passed the class. And I am proud to be an American. And so is our president. He is. He's very happy about it. He's the first president we've elected on the curve. Round of applause. Anyone go to Catholic school as a kid? A few people? Oh, there's some people, yeah. You can always tell the people who went to Catholic school as kids because they're atheists. Because they really beat it out of you. You go in with a good attitude and then you're just like, oh man, I wanted to believe. And it's not just the molestations. Don't get me wrong. If it were just one vice, I think we could give them a pass. For me, it was these fundraisers they'd have us do every year. They would, and I'm not exaggerating, they would hand us a cardboard suitcase full of trinkets to sell door to door to strangers. And if we sold enough of them, they would give us a pair of aviator sunglasses. Because that is what third graders need. sexy eyewear. So the Catholic Church is like my knickknacks pimp, you know? Like I would just like carry this suitcase that was like the size of my body up to a stranger's house, and I would be like, "Hello, I'm from St. Mary's School. Perhaps you would like to buy a Daffy Duck pencil sharpener or a polar bear pot holder." And then people would be like, "We're eating dinner right now." And I would be like, "It'll just be a minute." And I would just walk into their home. I didn't know any better. You know, I'd just open up shop and be like, "Perhaps you'd like a desk set organizer or popcorn for a year." And they'd be like, "Please leave our home." And then I just start stuffing this stuff back in, but it never fit in the way it had originally been placed in. And I'm kind of like scissor holding the whole thing together and sidestepping out, like, "I'm so sorry. I'll be out of your way in just 1 minute." And that is why I am angry at the Catholic Church. Because I didn't get my sunglasses. And I am gonna go back to the Vatican this year, and I am gonna ask for my damn sunglasses, and they are gonna be confused. I went to a Catholic college as well. They wouldn't sell condoms on campus, which was to teach us a lesson to save up for the abortion, because that can be a pricey fix. I mean, come on. Hey, I'm a jokester. Hey, no, obviously I'm kidding about that, but it just seems crazy. You put a bunch of 19-year-olds in a dorm together, they're not gonna be like, "Well, I guess since we don't have condoms, we'll just play Pictionary." Does anybody have any pogs? I like those pogs. No, they're gonna have sex with each other, because that's what college is for. It's where dorks go to have sex with other dorks. It's like a dork mating service. That's where your children are right now.
You guys on the MySpace, huh? I'm on the MySpace, why not? I'm only 43. Sometimes I'll get a MySpace friend request, I click on the profile, it says set to private. It's like, all right. 16-year-old Tommy from Louisville. Playing a little close to the vest. I have to approve your friend request in order to find out you think strawberry Pop-Tarts totally rule. It's the kind of secret you can't just share with anyone. Only someone willing to invest the time it takes to click their mouse once. Before never thinking about you again. I learned a lot reading those MySpace profiles. Like, for example, I didn't know that that movie, Donnie Darko, was the greatest movie ever made. I mean, I remember seeing it and liking it, but I didn't know it was the absolute greatest movie. I have a website, it's got my email address on it, so now I get emails from all over the country. People ask unbelievable questions. They'd be like, "Dear Todd, I'm going to see your show on Friday. Do you know how old you have to be to get into that club?" I don't know, you want to maybe call the club with that one? Instead of writing directly to the artist? Do you think Mick Jagger gets emails like that? "Dear Mick, I'm going to see you at Madison Square Garden next week. I'm going to have to leave straight from work. Not going to have time to get anything to eat. Do you know how much they charge for a hot dog? Also, haven't been there a while. Can you MapQuest me directions?" Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones. Mick at rollingstones.com. Oh man, Just gave out Mick Jagger's real email address. Oh, that was a mistake, man. He's gonna be in his hotel room later. Keith, get over here. I just got a sudden influx of emails. From Cambridge. Oh, Massachusetts. How does that happen, Keith? Keith, I have another question. Why are we sharing a hotel room? We're both billionaires, Keith. It's curious. It's curious, Keith, that we're sharing a hotel room when we're billionaires. We're not sweating it anymore, Keith. Keith. Some people really appreciate my accent work. No, I do accent work. Like if you go see like a Hugh Grant movie and like he's got a sore throat that day and just mouth his lines and I'll dub it in. No? Okay. You guys believe me? Like, holy shit, that's a good gig. Sounds easy enough. You just dub in and key. Oh, man. Good on you. Some people write me emails. They'll be like, Dear Todd, or whoever reads Todd's email. Oh, yeah, I got a guy doing that. I pay a college kid to read my emails for me. That'd be a good gig for a college kid, huh? After 3 days, a kid comes up to me, with all due respect, Mr. Barry, you get 7 emails a day. You're correct, and I've only gotten 6 today. Back to work. I went to college, University of Florida, yeah, all right. I said that recently, a guy in the audience goes, boo. I'm like, why are you booing, sir? He's like, Florida State, man. Oh, you went to a different school. Mystery solved. I love that mentality. Boo, you went to a different school than I did. I want everyone going to the same school. One school. 140 million students. Or I go boo. I am the least tolerant human being on earth. What'd you have for dinner tonight? Chinese food, I had Japanese, boo. You like Triscuits, I prefer Wheat Thins, boo. You like regular Starburst fruit chews, I like the tropical, boo, motherfucker. I only have 700 more examples of this. You like curly fries, I like not waffle steak fries, boo. You're right, my heart wasn't into that last one. I wasn't passionate about that one, like I was the Triscuits Wheat Thins one, where I almost started crying.
Look at all the limes in this goddamn thing. This fucking thing is tropical. Look at the limes, how they float. That's good news. Next time I'm on a boat and it capsizes, I will reach for a lime. Like, I'll be water skiing out a life preserver. People say, what the fuck? And I pull out a lime. I'm saved by the buoyancy of citrus. Every book is a children's book if the kid can read. I got an oscillating fan at my house. The fan goes back and forth. It looks like the fan is saying no. So I like to ask it questions that a fan would say no to. Say, do you keep my hair in place? Do you keep my documents in order? Do you have 3 settings? Liar! My fan fucking lied to me. Now I will pull the pin up. Now you ain't saying shit. I didn't go to college, but if I did, I've taken all my tests at a restaurant because the customer is always right. All right. That joke's better than you acted. Perhaps it's not. Maybe it's dumb. It could be. I hear you, man. I'm not a fucking genius, for Christ's sakes. You know, I'm fucking just trying to tell some jokes. Shit. Who the fuck are you? That track is number 14 and it's called Attitude. I don't have any children, but if I had a baby, I would have to name it, so I'd buy a baby naming book, or I would invite somebody over who had a cast on.
I was a kid once. My dad, when I was 12 years old, told me he wasn't ready to be a dad when I was born. He goes, I just want you to know when you came along, I wasn't ready to be a dad. You probably shouldn't say that to your kid. You should never say that to your fourth kid, which is what I am. I swear to God. He said he wasn't ready to be a dad to his fourth child. You're not allowed. We gave you 3 warm-up babies before I even stepped on. I was raised by my mom most of the time. We didn't have a lot of money. I grew up with yard sale clothes, and I lived in a small town, so I took some heat, man. You live in a big city, you wear yard sale clothes, people make fun of you. Be like, oh, yard sale clothes, poor, or whatever they would say. You live in a small city, and they're like, that's Mike's shirt. Mike's like, that is my shirt. My mom's a sweetheart. She's a sweet lady, except I got this phone call. She called me one time, and as soon as I answered the phone, she goes, how long does cocaine stay in your hair? Okay. I think you're doing it wrong. You're doing it. Jesus, Scarface, what? I thought you went to church. She doesn't do it. It was a weird question. She told me I gotta go see my grandma. She goes, you have to go see your grandma. You know she's not gonna be around very much longer. Does grandma know that's how you drum up visitors? I come over, she's like, well, what brought you here? Clock's a-ticking, Nana. I just came over to pick out some stuff I like. You all right with that?
You know who else has been pissing me off lately? Google. You guys know Google? A couple of people have heard of it. The rest of you guys are like, Google? What's Google? Google it and find out. Right? It's the only way to learn anything anymore is to Google it. And that was fine at first because things were simple. It was like Google was my friend, right? I'd be like, hey, Google, what do you know about this? And Google would be like, well, Ben, here's what I've got for you. Things were simple then. Google was my friend. But somewhere along the line, things changed, and Google turned into that annoying friend who will never let you finish a story because it keeps interrupting you, trying to guess the ending before you can get to it. Right, now I sit down, I type the letter P, and Google is like, Pacific Ocean? Is it Pacific Ocean? Is it? Is it pacifier? Is it pack rat? Is it peanuts? Is it piss bag? What is it? I need to know what it is right now. Tell me what it is right now. I can't wait anymore. I'm like, I'm frozen at the keyboard. Like, can't we just slow this down a little bit, Google? What are you in a hurry? You're not even a real thing. What, do you have to be somewhere, Google? You're everywhere. So just give me a second and let me type this in right. It's not Pacific Ocean. Okay, now it is Pacific Ocean. Because I can't remember what it was when I started. So thanks a lot, Google. Now I have to learn about giant sea kelp for 2 hours. Because you can't keep your big Google mouth shut. And who the hell types piss bag into my Google anyway? Right, like, who is researching piss bag at my house on my machine without my knowledge or consent. And what information are they after? Right, if you can spell piss bag, you know everything about piss bag. It's a piss bag, a bag for piss, a piss bag, that's it. There is no more. Even almighty Google can't give you extra information about piss bag. Would you like information on where to purchase piss bag? No, Google, I wouldn't. I would like you to go back to just being my friend. Google and I used to be friends. Now Google thinks it's better than me. It thinks it knows what I want better than I do. Right? I sit down, I type something in. Google is like, okay, but did you mean this? Hey, screw you, Google. Yes. Yes, I did mean that. But I think we both know that now. So why don't you just give me what you obviously know I'm after, instead of jerking me around, showing me 500,000 websites that made the same stupid typo I just made. Right, we both know at this point, Google, that I'm not researching the city of Philadelphia. So why don't you just give me what you know I'm after? Quit jerking me around because I don't type that well. You're the one that rushed me to begin with.
Hey, check this joke out. If you want to talk to me after the show, I'll be fucking surprised. I'm gonna have to have some liner notes for that joke. Like, during that joke, he points to the back. So people get the full experience. I'm gonna do a bunch of jokes that require the actual seeing me, and the CD will piss people off. Hey, what do you think of that shirt? Where the fuck, man? That's ridiculous. God damn, look at that haircut. You're fucking nuts, dude. Those people will not get the full experience of those jokes. If you find yourself lost in the woods, fuck it, build a house. Well, I was lost, but now I live here. I've severely improved my predicament. I bought a house, it's a 2-bedroom house, but I think it's up to me how many bedrooms there are. Don't you? Fuck you, real estate lady. This bedroom has an oven in it. This bedroom has a lot of people sitting around watching TV. This bedroom's over in that guy's house. Sir, you got one of my bedrooms. Are you aware? Don't decorate it. I got a king-size bed. I don't know any kings, but if one came over, I guess he would be comfortable. Oh, you're a king, you say? Well, we won't believe what I have in store for you. It is to your exact specifications. I did not know you guys were all the same size. I think I can set your lady up, too. When I was a boy, I laid in my twin-size bed and wondered where my brother was. I don't have a microwave oven, but I do have a clock that occasionally cooks shit. I want to get a job naming kitchen appliances. That seems easy, you know? Refrigerator, toaster, blender. You just say what the thing does, then you add Kitchen Appliance Naming Institute. What does this thing do? It keeps shit fresh. Well, that's a fresher. I'm going on break.
I don't know, it was really fun to watch. You ever watch the Telemundo soap operas? You ever seen those? Those are Telemundo Internacional. You read clicking? I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, Telemundo, you see those highlights of Menudo. Right, they got tight butts. I mean, my parents watch Telemundo all the time, but I mean, I can't even understand them. I mean, they talk so fast, you know. Dita manito de seda manito de corta nanita de seda manito de corta nanita. Dita manito de seda manito de corta nanita de seda manito de corta nanita de seda manito. Oye, teléfono. Hola, Cristina. Sí. Ah, cochino.
cochino puto. Sígame en Instagram, corten el Instagram.
Telemundo. I like to do every Telemundo soap opera. You guys seen the soap operas? Those are because the women are very beautiful and they never cry. It's always the men who cry. They got that Telemundo kind of. Maria. Maria.
Oh, ay, ay, ay. Oh, ay, ay, ay.
Maria. 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 Fernando, mi amigo. Mr. Coochie Coochie.
Juanito,
Cállate. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, María?
Juanito. Ay, ay, ay. Fernando. Muy grande. ¿Y tú? Chaquito.
The next story is about my parents, and I was visiting my parents recently, and I don't like them. I love them, don't get me wrong, I would die for them, but if I met them at a party, I'd be like, these people, yeah, this place is beat, we're out of here, you know, because my parents are Italian, but they eat at the Olive Garden, literally. And my dad will show off by pronouncing menu items authentically. He'll be like, I'll have the pasta fagioli. And I'm like, we're sitting in a strip mall between a Build-A-Bear and a Spencer Gifts. You'll have the pasta fagioli like everybody else. You're not special. They make up phrases. I realized this as an adult when I would say the things that my parents said to me as kids to people in the outside world. And they would be like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, but my mother said that. Oh no, you know, and my whole life when I wasn't allowed to do something, my mother would say, like fun you're doing that. Anybody? Anybody ever heard that phrase? Yeah, like fun, like, that's really confusing for a child. Because it would seem like she's encouraging me to do it, you know? She'd be like fun, you're going to the mall? I was like, yeah, like fun. Burger, buddies, arcade, like fun. But then I realized as an adult that like fun was her way of saying like hell. Yeah. Because she's Catholic. And for Catholics, hell is fun.
So I'm driving down the highway. There's a guy hitchhiking. He's holding a sign that says heaven. So I hit him. He probably went there. He looked like a nice guy. I got a new dog. He's a paranoid retriever. He brings back everything because he's not sure what I throw him. Sometimes I like to go into a waiting room and just sit there and wait. The nurse comes out, do you have an appointment? No, just waiting. What are you waiting for? Nothing, just avoiding the moments. Would you like to see the doctor? I don't know. What kind of a doctor is he? He's a foot doctor. I'd like to see a man that tall. A few minutes later, a 12-inch guy walks out into the living room. He says, take off your shoes and socks. I take them off. He looks at me and says, there's nothing wrong with you. I said, take off your shoes and socks. He said, what do you think? I said, I don't know. I've seen bigger feet on a bird. Then he started dancing really fast and whistling really loud. And then I left. What the hell did you think was gonna happen? You people are crazy. When I was in 3rd grade, I had a 70-year-old teacher, and she could barely hear anything, so she would turn the thermostat down to 16 degrees, so in case anyone talked, she could see your breath coming out of your mouth. That was the same year I had a globe that lit up, and I used to use it as a nightlight, put it on the floor in my bedroom, which was pretty cool, except some nights I'd wake up in the middle of the night all freaked out, thinking I was floating in outer space. Then in 1969, a teacher showed us pictures of the Earth taken from the Apollo, and she said, does anyone know what this is? And I said, yes, that's the floor in my bedroom. When I was 7, my parents had a party. I went around to all the guests with a glass of water, and I said, here, drink this. This is a magic glass of water. If you drink this, you all get a little bit taller. And they all drank some, and they thought, oh, isn't this a weird kid? When they all drank some and went back to what they were doing, I went to the room where they keep all the coats, and I hemmed all the sleeves 2 inches. They were all freaking out when they left. I'm a tired man.
I had a weird thing on the way in. You ever have one of those awkward little moments with someone that you don't know? Those are some of my favorite things in the world. You ever do this one? You ever end a conversation with a stranger a little bit too early? And then realize that you're gonna be walking the same direction that they are. So now you're walking with them, but you've already said goodbye. Neither one of you is certain if you're supposed to continue the conversation or not. It happened to me the other day. This guy asked me for directions. I said, yeah, go 8 blocks up, make a left, go 2 over and make a right, and then go 3 more up and you'll be there. And he was like, all right, thanks, buddy. And I was like, no problem, dude. And then we walked away right exactly next to each other at the same speed. 3 blocks into it, I was like, is someone gonna say something else? Or do I have to kill this man? 5 blocks in, I just couldn't take it anymore, so I stopped and waved him ahead. Go ahead, you beat me. I can't take this shit anymore. Go on, walk. But as he started to pull away from me, I started to worry that he might get lost. So I yelled up to him. I said, hey, if you get confused, I'll be right here behind you. And I don't think that comforted him so much as it frightened him, because he started walking a little bit faster. And then without even realizing it, I started walking a little bit faster. Now I'm chasing this man. He breaks into a run. That pissed me off. So I went, go ahead and run, buddy! I know where you're going! I purchased a house recently. Not a bird house, a human house, where I now live. I lived in Manhattan for like 10 years in tiny little apartments because I was broke. And then I moved out and bought a house out in the middle of nowhere. Got all these extra rooms now that I'm not used to. Fancy rooms, like a laundry room. Pretty highfalutin, eh? A separate room just for the laundering of items. Right next to that, the guest bathroom. I can't even go in there. It's for guests. So after a while, I said, hell with this. I want to see what's going on in there. So I cut a big hole in the wall of the laundry room. It goes right into the medicine cabinet in the guest bathroom. And when guests come over, I just put my face in the hole. And I wait for them. Now, sometimes it's over quickly. Other times it seems to take hours. But it's always worth it in the end. Sooner or later, that little door creaks open, and I go, mind your own goddamn business! And the guests, they just shit right in their pants. I know because they tell me. They say, I just shit right in my pants. And then I usually say, you know what, I actually have some pills for that. If I could just get around my ear and get them, take 2 of these and stay out of my cabinet. You will shit yourself less. And then I slam the door. Yeah, I put a little handle on the inside. Just for that part. All right, that last part wasn't true. I don't have a house. I don't have a house. I live in a yellow minivan. It has lights in the ceiling where the same song plays over and over and over again. Bow. Bloop. I'm gonna drive that thing right into the river one day. Wait till I have some good contestants. Why are we going so fast, man? It's a new part of the show. It's called the Hudson River Challenge. All right, here's how the Hudson River Challenge works. I'm gonna drive the cab as fast as I can to the end of Houston Street and smash through the barricade, driving us both into the river. You'll have approximately 12 seconds to escape. Or you will die. And your shout-outs are both gone. That would make the newspapers. Crash cab. How do they come up with those brilliant bylaws? I would do that. I'm not going to do that. Hello, Discovery Channel executives. I'm just kidding. Maybe.
When I play the South, they say y'all in the South. They take out the O and the U. So when I'm in the South, I try to talk like that so people understand me. Hello, can I have a bowl of chicken noodle? Come on, I'm in the South. Do you understand? I mean, I'm in the South and I want some sp. I stubbed my toe. I need to lay down on the kitchen. I need to get the facts of the South. I saw a commercial for an above-ground pool. It was 30 seconds long. You know why? Because that's the maximum amount of time you can depict yourself having fun in an above-ground pool. If it was 31 seconds, the actors would have said, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? The water's only up to here. What should I do, throw the ball back to Jimmy? Or put some goggles on and look at his feet? I can't even drown my kneecaps. I like the public hot tub at the hotels, the whirlpool. I like to go there when there's a guy in there already. I say, hey man, do you mind if I join you? He says, no. Then I go and I turn the whirlpool heat up. Then I come by and I add some carrots and onions. Then I say, hey man, just simmer for a while. I mean, sit there. As an adult, I'm not supposed to go down slides. So if I end up at the top of a slide, I have to act like I got there accidentally. How'd I get up here, God damn it? I guess I had to slide down. Whee! That's what you say when you're having fun. You refer to yourself and some other people. I'd like to see a forklift lift a crate of forks. It'd be so damn literal. You're using that machine to its exact purpose. That machine has been misunderstood for years. I don't know how to fix a car. If my car breaks down and the gas tank does not say E, I'm fucked. But if the gas tank says E, I get all cocky. I got this one, don't worry about it. Let me grab the toolbox, AKA wallet. I'd be a shitty auto mechanic. If someone brought their car into me and said, my car won't start. Well, maybe there's a killer after you.
So when I was a kid, it was this bear that would walk in the front door of my house. And as an adult, it was this jackal that would hover above my bed. Well, the sleepwalking got worse. Abby and I graduated from school and we moved to Brooklyn. We had a very small apartment, but it was comfy, you know. We had a big puffy couch and 2 cats, and we made our first major purchase. We bought a TiVo. And one night I had a dream that I was in the Olympics for some kind of arbitrary event, like dustbustering. And they told me that I got 3rd place. And I stood up on the 3rd place podium, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm new to the sport, you know. Even in my dreams, I don't win, per se. In my wildest dreams, I place. And they say, actually, we reconsidered and we decided that you got 2nd place. And I move over to the 2nd place podium and it starts wobbling. And it's wobbling and wobbling. And I wake up and I'm falling off the top of our 5-foot bookcase in our living room. And I land on the floor hard on top of our TiVo. I know. And it breaks into pieces. And it was like one of these stories you hear where people black out drinking and they wake up in Idaho, they don't know where they are. They're just like, oh no! Hardee's, you know, or whatever's there. But it was in my own living room. I was just like, oh no! TiVo pieces. And I get up and I go back to bed, and Abby wakes me up in the morning and she says, Michael, what happened to the TiVo? And I say, I got 2nd place. And I'm really sorry. And one day Jenny gets an invitation to the wedding of one of her friends and she invites me to come along and I said, oh, no thanks. That doesn't go over so well. She says, why? And I said, well, as you know, I don't believe in marriage, and so I don't buy into the flamboyant pageantry that goes into celebrating it. She said, well, what do you believe in? I said, I don't know. She said, well, if you don't believe in anything, how can you not believe in marriage? And I said, well, first of all, it just doesn't seem necessary. I mean, marriage is an archaic institution invented in the Middle Ages based on exchanging property. I don't want to be a part of that. Second of all, I don't even think we have a common cultural understanding of what marriage even is. I mean, one of me and Andy's friends was about to get engaged, and we were skeptical, and we said, are you sure this is the person you want to be with for the rest of your life? And he goes, yeah, I think so. And we said, well, what if she gets in a car accident and she's disfigured? Would you stay with her then? And he said, maybe. That is not an acceptable answer. Third of all, if I'm so in love, why does it need to be written into a government contract? And I'm not one of these, like, I don't want government up in my business kind of people. I think the government does a nice job delivering the mail and suggesting I don't eat poison. But I just don't understand why they need to be involved in my personal relationship. And then finally, if marriage is religious, shouldn't I believe in the religion? I've been to more weddings than my friends where the people on the altar don't believe in the religion of the church they've invited us to. Some of them even go to classes with the priest in advance to more elaborately lie about believing in a religion they don't believe in, just to have a wedding in a fancy building. That is insane! That's how I feel! So I explained this to Jenny. And Jenny says, well, if you ever did want to get married, I would marry you. And I said, why? Aren't you listening to any of this? And Jenny says, that's how I feel.
One of the best moves ever that's ever been invented by whoever invented it is where you rub her back, and then you apply a little forward pressure, a little nudge, you know, a little come on down, see. I got a friend I'd like you to meet. You know what I mean? A little. And the key word is nudge. You nudge, and then let Jesus take the wheel. That's all you do. And that's how you know. Like, you nudge, and if you got a hold of a good one, she'll buckle like a folding chair at a Little League game. But if you get resistance, back off. You know what I mean? Chivalry's not dead. You don't keep pushing until your arm shakes and just like, all right, here we go. P90X. Turn your hat around. It's like a switch. You don't do that. I think the misconception is that women get mad I've gotten a girl, she was mad at me because I wanted to have sex with her so much. She was mad at me for when we were in a relationship. I want to have sex with you. I don't just want to have sex. I want to have sex with you. I can have sex anywhere, but I want it with you. Basically, you have something that I love, and I've agreed to only get it from your store. And that means you can't go shutting the store down for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. The supply must meet the demand. If you shut the store down, open up some other locations. All right, that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We appreciate it.
Tommy Johnigan, everybody.
When I was 13 years old, my mom dropped me off to get a sports physical, and I went to the gynecologist office on accident. And they don't do that there. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at the menu, but that doesn't happen. I walked into the wrong door is what happened, and that's my fault. What happened after that, not my fault at all. I go up to the counter, and I go, I'm Tommy Johnigan, I'm here for my appointment. And the woman was either too stupid or hilarious. Just goes, here, fill out this form. I, a 13-year-old boy, filled out a form at a gynecologist office. Sure, I had to skip over a few questions. There were a couple not applicables on there. I sat in the waiting room for half an hour, just me and a bunch of pregnant women, and that still didn't give it away. I was like, oh, you guys play volleyball? What's going on? Marsupial team? So, finally a nurse comes out and she goes, Mr. Johnigan, you can come back. Mr. Johnigan, you can come back. Maybe the first time she had said anything like that, and it didn't come to her mind. She takes me to the back the whole way, and she weighs me, asks me a few questions, and finally she goes, why are you here today? And I said, I'm here for a sports physical. To which she replied, this is an OBGYN's clinic. Did you know that? And I said, yes. Because I thought if I said no, I would look stupid and get embarrassed. And I don't want to be embarrassed. I'm going to play along. Yeah, I know it's an OB gym, or whatever you just said. I'll just put my legs right up here and we'll get started. I like the artwork. I forgot that I even did that until it just occurred to me one day that somewhere in a gynecologist office, there's a file with my name on it and my weight and a question mark next to, are you menstruating? I was like, yeah, I'm 13. I menstruate all the time. But I do it in my own home with the door locked. Why is that even on here? Is my mom gonna find out about this? Does this make our insurance go up? Because if you were to rate how much one menstruates, I would be at risk right now. I did get a sandwich from room service a couple weeks ago. I got a sandwich. The only reason I'm telling you, I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it was $25. I know. That's a lot of money. They sold it to me because they were like, hey, this sandwich has 3 slices of bread, like a club sandwich. And it goes bread, peanut butter jelly, bread, peanut butter jelly, bread. Oh, I'm in, right? They bring it to me, and it goes bread, peanut butter, bread, jelly, bread. Oh, you put a barrier. You put a barrier between the, and it was $25. And it didn't come with anything. For $25, it better come with like a tall milk and a $20 bill. I don't care. Use that as the middle piece of bread. That way I'll be like, oh, you screwed me on this, and I'll take a bite. And you're like, no, I see what happened. Yeah. That was so expensive that I told people how much I paid for that sandwich for like a month. I would just tell everybody I talked to, but I didn't just come out and tell them I paid $25 for a sandwich. I would be like, I would make them guess. Like they was on a game show and they didn't even know it. You know what I mean? If you buy expensive things, you want to play around with it. I was like, how much would you pay for a and the reason you do that is because it makes you feel good when people guess low. You know what I mean? And then if they don't guess or they guess high, it's like, oh, worse. But I would be like, and here's the most common answer. They're like, oh, $14. That's $14. And then I'd laugh in their face like they were a fool. $14. I'd buy 2 at that price. Then it would suck, and I'd be like, how much would you pay for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at room service at 1 o'clock in the morning? Well, I wouldn't get one. Don't be a dick about it. Just toss out a number. That's how this works. How much would you pay for PB&J at room service? Well, what else do they have? This isn't about... I'm not ordering you something. I mean, there's a specific sandwich, $40. Do you hate me? Do you hate me? Is that why you did that? I do. But that's what I do. I'm alone in hotels. I have to order peanut butter and jelly because it's the best sandwich in the world, and not a lot of hotels have that. When I was in a relationship, the girl would make them and she would cut them diagonally. That's the best because you start from the corner. If you start in the middle, you get some on your cheek there and you look like a child. I gotta find a girl that'll do that. My mom bought my school clothes from yard sales all the time. We lived in a very small town. I got made fun of a little bit. It's worse than a big city. If you live in a city, you go to a yard sale, people make fun of you because you're poor. Yard sale clothes, baby, is what they would probably call you. But you go to a school with yard sale clothes in a small town, and they'll be like, that's Mike's shirt. Mike's like, that is my shirt. And I'm like, listen here, Mike, your mom told you to set aside the clothes that you wanted to put in a yard sale. And if you didn't, she was just gonna grab a bunch of stuff. Did you? No. My mom got there at 4:45 in the morning. So you're damn skippy. She's gonna get the good stuff, Mike. My dad bought my school clothes at a Goodwill one year. The one year he had to buy them, he bought my school clothes at a good year. Good year. Yeah, I was dressed in tires. for a whole year. It's just me. I look like a hee-haw character for 1 year of my life. That good year was the worst year of my life. I will tell you this. Just me and the Michelin babies running around, acting like things were normal, you know? Sure, kids can be mean, push me down a hill. I'd roll to the bottom. But you know what I did? I stood up and I dusted myself off. And I'm here today. I don't know, it's awkward. The actual story's not even gonna be good. My dad bought my school clothes at a Goodwill, which is a place that you take used tires. So we go to a Goodwill and we buy my school clothes. 3 outfits. 3 ugly shirts, 2 pair of little boy jeans, and 1 pair of little girl jeans that fit perfectly on my slender frame. I swear to God. And they weren't girl jeans in the sense of the buttons on the wrong side. They were girl jeans in the sense of they were tight with a flare and they had stripes going all the way around them. I come out of the dressing room, I'm like 6 or 7. I'm like, well, obviously, this isn't happening. This is what you wear to cheerleading practice. My dad goes, those aren't girl jeans. Those are cool jeans. I'm not buying your lies, old man. These are girl jeans. I'm not being ungrateful. Sure, they went with every blouse I owned. I'm just saying, I'm a kid, and you could scar me at this age. But he bought them, and he made me wear them, and he kept telling me they were cool pants, and I kept telling him they were girl pants, to the point of like, I was like, I bet if you called the school and told them you were girl pants, Dad, they would know who you were. They'd be like, yeah, we're gonna go get him. He's wearing his heels, so it's gonna take a minute. Give him a second. He's got bunions. Little baby bunions.
Darka!
I think that's gonna be a bonus track.
Russia.
There's no way that can be on the CD.
Spinay?
The worst part is, if you guys hadn't laughed, I wouldn't have noticed that I said
Horn.
Experience the nation's biggest artists at Ram's Head on Stage in Annapolis, Maryland. Presenting live music every day of the week. From Grammy-winning artists to your next favorite band, there's a show for everyone at Ram's Head. Visit ramsheadonstage.com for full calendar and tickets.
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work?
CDW.
Oh,
Yabahorn.
Technology solutions provider.
Oh, sure,
Advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
Achieving real results for your organization starts with talking to the right people. With SurveyMonkey, you can
School,
target the
grown
exact audience you need to understand better, whether it's customers, employees, or your target market. SurveyMonkey has powerful AI capabilities that help you build the perfect survey and analyze the data, so you don't have to. It's like having a survey scientist and a data analyst on call 24/7. With SurveyMonkey, you get what you need to uncover insights that can change everything. Get started today at surveymonkey.com/results.
I tantalize, I improvise, I sing, I hand out the bling. I make paddle wheels turn, and I turn heads. I am New Orleans. Once you visit me, you're a part of me. Plan your trip at neworleans.com.
I'm gonna stick to drinking because I know the levels of drinking. I know how much alcohol I need to drink to dance. That's mainly my goal. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's pretty much it. You know, I used to want to get laid, but I don't. That's whatever. I just want to dance. I'm not like. I won't do it sober. So that's like the thing I need. I know how much I need in my belly to get a little Usher in my soul. It's perfect. I don't care if I'm grinding on something before the night's out. I'm gonna make a burger out of that ass. Grind it up, pat it out. That's so fun to me. My sister doesn't know that. She has no idea the fun level. She drinks so much. She was reported missing one time when she got drunk. Reported missing, not actually. That would be weird if I was like, and if you've seen her, you know, there's probably a number you could call. She's not still missing. She was reported missing because my mom's overprotective and my sister's, she was in her early 20s and my mom's just crazy and she couldn't get a hold of my sister for a whole night, so she called the cops and said, I think her ex-boyfriend has done something to her, which is a way to get a cop off his ass if you just bring an ex-boyfriend into it. So what happened is the cops are searching this small town that we live in and they find out that what happened was my sister wasn't missing. She went home with a guy that she just met, which that's closer to being found than anything. So she goes home with a guy, which is normal when you go home with people when you're young. That's fine. That's cool. That's great. The part that's not normal is the cops showing up at that guy's house at 4 a.m. They knock on his door and they're like, is she here? And he said, yeah. And then they just took her and left. And she's all right, and that's the good news. The even better news is that I've had a few one-night stands in my day, and I remember waking up thinking, how am I gonna get this broad out of my house? The cops will do that for you? Play your cards right, your tax dollars will take care of it, apparently. I had no idea that's the move. You go out with the girl, report her missing at the beginning of the night. When you're done, just call in an anonymous tip. Hurry up, she's touching my stuff. Is there like, I just wonder how fast that guy went from confused to happy, just in one moment. He's like, you can't barge in here? And okay, I see what's happening. All right. Officers? Is there like a card you can leave or is there like a bat signal I can use? Something like that. This happens every week. My sister bit a cop when she was drinking one night. That's illegal. Not allowed to do that. They don't post it like the speed limit. It's just up to you to assume, you know. Don't bite them. They hand you the ticket and you're just like, I'll bite the hell out of that thumb right now. But you don't, because it's illegal. She said it was the cop's fault that she bit him. What do? Paint his hand like a chicken finger? Just, you want chicken finger? And that's entrapment. You're not allowed to use chicken finger fingers. Everybody knows that. I'm not even pre-law. She got 12 months probation. The cop got a rabies shot. That's what happens when someone bites you and draws blood. You have to get a rabies shot. This is gonna be a proud moment in my parents' life. Put that canceled check in the scrapbook, and there's her first day at school. There's her at prom, and there's the check for her first rabies shot she caused. Our neighbor's a vet. He said he would put her down if it came to it. We couldn't do it. I mean, I tell you, we're attached.
I had a job interview at an insurance company once, and the lady said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I said, celebrating the 50th anniversary of you asking me this question. I walk by a spy shop, you know those places that sell surveillance equipment? Every time I walk by a spy shop, I think, I need to put some surveillance on somebody. Rick's been acting fishy. I need to buy a little camera. I need to buy a safe that looks like a Coca-Cola can. Or better yet, a safe that looks like a spray and wash can. That would create better situations. Hey, Mitch, can I use a spray and wash? Yeah, if you want to spray your shirt with documents. I've never stayed at a bed and breakfast, and I don't think I would, because I figure you stay at a bed and breakfast, by the end of the day, you start to get hungry. Is that all you got around here? Then you need to direct me to a chair lunch dinner. I'm gonna open up a chain of chair lunch dinners, put them right across the street from the bed and breakfast. Say, come on over about 1. But you have to leave at 11, because you're not sleeping in the fucking chair. We're gonna have to sweeten some of these jokes. You know what sweeten means, right? That's a showbiz term for add sugar to. Anyway, I was in Ireland performing, and that's right. That's why I left, because fuckers go woohoo. And I got sick of that shit. I can't take woohoo anymore. And I'll be goddamn if they're not here too. But anyway, in Kilkenny, Ireland, they don't have anything American over there. It's very cool. But they did have a Subway sandwich shop. That was the one thing they had American. And that became the American embassy to me. I would go out to a bar, piss off an Irish dude, and have him chase me to the Subway. Say, dude, I'm sorry, but you're out of your jurisdiction. But you can't have a cold cut combo, though. Now, this is my second part of my Subway two-part joke. I was in downtown Boise, Idaho, and I saw a duck, and I knew the duck was lost, because ducks ain't supposed to be downtown. There's nothing for him there. So I went to a Subway sandwich shop. I said, let me have a bun. But she wouldn't sell me just the bun. She said I had to have something on it. She told me it's against regulations for Subway to sell just the bun. I guess the two halves ain't supposed to touch. So I said, all right, we'll put some lettuce on, which I did. They said, that'll be $1.75. I said, it's for a duck. They said, all right, well, then it's free. See, I did not know that. Ducks eat for free at Subway. Had I known that, I ordered a much larger sandwich. Let me have the steak fajita sub. But don't bother ringing it up. It's for a duck. There are 6 ducks out there, and they all want sun chips. I find that ducks' opinion of me is very much influenced over whether or not I have bread. A duck loves bread, but it does not have the capability to buy a loaf. That's the biggest joke on the duck ever. Like if I worked at a convenience store and a duck came in and grabbed a loaf of bread with his beak and walked out, I would let him go. I would say, come back tomorrow, bring your friends. When I think of a duck's friends, I think of more ducks, right? But shit, he could have like a beaver in tow. Because if you're an animal, you want to have a beaver as a friend. Because they have some kick-ass houses. That shit is on the lake. Lakeside my ass, lake on. Now if I was to give a duck bread, I'd give him Pepperidge Farm bread, because that shit's fancy. It's wrapped twice. So you open it, and it still ain't open. That's why I don't buy it. I don't need another step between me and toast.
Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max. The best in entertainment for just $16.99 a month. Check out Star Wars Andor Season 2 on Disney Plus.
We're in a war. Do you want to fight?
HBO Original, The Last of Us Season 2 on Max.
What did you do?
I saved her. And the final season of The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
This is what the world is watching.
The ultimate bundle for an unbelievable price. The Disney Plus Hulu Max Bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month. All these and more now streaming. Terms apply. Visit DisneyPlus.com for details.
Springtime savings are in full bloom, all in the Kroger app. Buy one, get one free on tender, bone-in, whole pork Boston butt. Then mix and match 5 or more on select Campbell's soup, Kroger pasta, or Knorr sides for 99 cents each, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. Oh, no, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Talking about game shows, I like watching them, and my favorite part is the beginning when the contestants come out and, tell you a little bit about themselves. It's like their only real moment. And sometimes they have something interesting to say, and the host never asks a follow-up question. It just kills me. Number 1, tell us about yourself. My name is Eugene. I'm a scientist. I'm very close to isolating a gene. If I'm successful, I'll be able to cure every disease known to man. All right, ready to spin the wheel? You don't want to hit a zonko or you're going to hear this. How about you, number 2? My name's Toby and I got a dog. Oh, really? What kind of dog you have? what's on my TV set. I'm not sure where they get some of these contestants. True or false, Pavlov's theory proves inferior beings will respond to a bell. True. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah! I watch too much TV, man. I've been watching these cooking shows. Trying to learn how to cook. Haven't learned anything yet. Hell, anyone would like to cook if everything was already in pre-measured glass bowls. It's a very easy recipe. You just pick this up and you dump this in the pot. Then you grab this. I don't even know what this is, but you slide that in there. I'm gonna get my crew out here to stir this while I drink wine. I wanna see a realistic cooking show. When we come back, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes rummaging through all my drawers trying to find my measuring spoon. You don't wanna miss this. And tune in tomorrow when after 45 minutes of preparation, I realize I don't have any eggs. Teach me that kind of stuff. And on the cooking shows, there's always a finished one in the oven. Check this out. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, wish it happened at my house. Can't find anything. I got flour all over my face. There's one in here. We can eat right now. Some cook fairies barged in and prepared one. There's a lot of weird shows. I saw this show about mules and donkeys. I had to watch it. How do you turn that off? And the host said, everyone knows mules have a terrific sense of humor. Part of everyone, what, you know. I felt stupid. So I called a friend up, like at random, you know. Hey, Joey. This is gonna sound like a weird question, but do you know anything about mules? Well, I just know they have a terrific sense of humor. I hung up. I didn't even say goodbye. I just hung up. How does everyone know this? How does anyone know this? And then I realized they must have done a scientific test. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the audacity to make such a claim. They must have tested a mule's sense of humor. They probably put one in a stall, put a TV monitor in front of them, you know. And it's a scientific test, so you have to have a control. So they probably start with the Jim Lehrer News Hour. Just make sure he's not laughing all the time. Then gradually fade up Caddyshack, you know. Now this mule has a terrific sense of humor. A lot of weird shows. Something has to be said about these people who claim to talk to dead people. I mean, that whole thing. You know what I'm talking about. First, I don't want to step on anybody's beliefs, but, well, here we go. Listen. If you have a personal communication with someone you lost, that's very valid. I'm talking about these people on TV, because they're always doing it in front of a group, which just shoots the rods right through the roof. Did anyone here lose a friend or family member? Or know someone who did? Or hear about something like this on television? You did, in the mezzanine. Yes, I was getting a strong signal. This person passed on recently, 25 years ago. That recently! Then I'm gonna be extra sensitive. I'm getting an M. The letter M. His name was Bo Ziffer. Mr. Bo Ziffer? He died of natural causes, yes? He was shot in the face by a bazooka, so naturally he'd be dead. I saw a TV show with a pet psychic. Pet psychic. I have to get in on this racket.
Some Frida, Rump, Tebow.
Something about a bone.
Nurgle.
Please knock.
Does she have a bowl or a dish?
Farts.
She does. Do we have all your credit card information? Terrific. It's terrific.
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com. When you partner with CDW, your people get more out of technology. CDW experts are supporting and upgrading organizations to Windows 11 Pro, powered by the Intel Core processor. Refreshed devices help teams bring fresh thinking and secure global offices from a single point. That's kind of amazing. Make amazing happen. Upgrade to Windows 11 Pro with CDW before October 14th. Learn more at cdw.com/Windows11.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet.
So,
Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
One time a girl said to me, she goes, is sex the only reason you're with me? Well, that's a misconception. When you're in a relationship, sex is not the only reason I'm with you. It's one of the most important things that makes me not your best friend, but it's not the only reason. I'm with you because I love you. I think you're pretty and you're sweet, and I like being with you. Sex isn't the only reason. There's a lot of reasons. But the bathroom isn't the only reason I bought my house. I'd still be mad if you took it away from me. If I bought my house and half a year later someone ripped my toilet out of the ground and only let me use it once a month, and even then it didn't try really hard,
Hoger Beret. Oh, Yabahorn.
That sounds like an awful. You only get to use it once a month. The rest of the time it complains because you try to pee in it. And the problem is with sex drive. That's the thing. You gotta have the same sex drive. You gotta want to have sex with them as much as they want to have sex with you. And I say you got it because you seriously do. You have to. If you don't want to, you gotta address the problem. And a man's sex drive is pretty simple. It's coasting along at a good clip. Stays at the same level. You know what I mean? Sometimes it has a dip. You got the flu, or I would do it on the flu. And you know what I mean? I don't know what it would take, like a surgery, like I'm under, I'm actually not even awake, then maybe not. But even then, they're like, we're gonna put you under. I'd be like, if you can let's just do it while I'm asleep and videotape it. But as a dude, the point is, a guy's sex drive is so easy. It's bam, right there. A woman's sex drive, it goes up and then it goes down, and then at one point it'll take a dive. I don't know how long you've been with them, or they hit a certain. It takes a dive, and you need to address it before it dives to its, you know what I mean? Because it'll start diving, and then it'll just keep going down, and then it'll hit the ground, and then it'll dig a hole, and then it'll go in that hole, and then it'll bury itself alive. And by that time, there's no sex drive anymore. There isn't one. There's just an oak tree that grows where that sex drive used to be. You're not having sex. Sure, you can go read a book under it in the summer.
Ibsen Giroux. Huh? Olaba.
You got to address it. There's warning signs. I mean, it's not like there's warning signs. You know what I mean? You start to talk about sex more than you have sex. Treat it like a discussion instead of an action. It's a doing thing. It's a doing thing. You don't want to talk. I'm tired. I'm too tired. It's an American Idol vote-off night. Do we play with your balls during a commercial? Yes.
Ooh.
All of a sudden, this is one of them. I didn't even know this happened until it happened.
Chibanza.
The favorite position changes. Like the favorite love-making position. You know what I mean? In the beginning, you talk about it. You're like, hey, what's your favorite position? And the girl goes, I can't even tell you. I have to show you. I'm out of breath right now. I just lost. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you. That's way better than telling me. I don't even know why I asked. That's a better answer. And then years in the relationship, 5, 10 years later, you're like, what's your favorite position, baby? And she's like, I like it when you're on top. That's my favorite. Really? That's, Your favorite is you kind of almost napping a little bit? What's your second favorite?
Daniel Girabal.
You in the living room being here with the internet? Serious? I like show me, not tell me. That one's crazier. That one's, me on top's all boring. That show me one sounds, I don't know what that could be. You can probably have to dislocate your shoulder like Mel Gibson in A Lethal Weapon. All of them for no reason at all. Then sometimes you'll start negotiating about sex. So, hey, can you have sex? No. What else will you do? Am I buying a used car here? Trying to get free oil changes for a year out of you? I've done that. I said this one time, what else will you do? And she goes, you mean like a hand job?
Magajador! Yes!
Yeah, that's what I was wanting. I want a hand job. Then I want to go to the skating rink, tell the 7th graders how cool I am. I'm Tommy Handjob. I brought my own skates. No, I don't want your hand job. Your hand can have the night off. I can't believe you offered it with a straight face. I thought I was the comedian. And you're like, why would you only do that? Why not say, I'm not in the mood. I heard that. I'm not in the mood. I don't know what you mean when you're not in the mood. What do you mean? I just don't understand it. Because you say I'm not in the mood. You probably go, hey, I'm not in the mood. Stop touching me. But when I hear it, I'm like, I'm not in the mood. Yeah, keep touching me. You're close. We're almost in building a day. So then I keep trying. And I try to pull out unorthodox. I pull out moves that I haven't used since high school. I'll push it against you through my jeans. You know what I mean? Just my boner through my pants. Right there. Just like, hey, if you change your mind, we're here for you. It's not illegal. You can do that in a buffet line. Is that new chicken out? I love new chicken. I can tell. I can tell.
Sul, henna boy.
I end up learning about stuff that I'm not interested in.
Badish.
Because Google is so suggestive. I typed in take flight. 3 hours later, I'm an accidental ornithologist, having inadvertently studied birds for the better part of an afternoon. Now I'm Googling binoculars, planning a family bird watching trip. I was trying to book a flight to Cleveland. Thanks a lot, Google. What am I supposed to do with all this bird knowledge? Did you know there's a classification of birds called nearly flightless birds? I think that is pretty damn funny all by itself. Right? Nearly flightless birds. Think about it. These are birds that almost can't fly. Right? Like they can fly, but just barely. They can fly around all they want, but the whole time they're up there, they're like, whoa! Oh my God! We should not be up here! We're like this close to not being able to do that! Nearly flightless birds, who's making that stuff up? We'll call these birds nearly flightless birds. Why? Why not? Good point. So that's what we get. Nearly flightless birds. What are the other ones? Completely flightless birds? They're just sitting on the beach like, this is bullshit. Why are we even birds? All we can do is waddle around and bitch about how we can't fly. This sucks. Make me a rodent. Call me what I am. I don't want to be a bird if I can't fly.
A bimmy.
Right, completely flightless, nearly flightless. Nearly flightful has got to be the next one up. I think that's probably the worst one of all. Right, these are birds that almost can fly. Right, they cannot fly. But they're close. And they don't know that they will never succeed. So they'll spend their whole lives just running and jumping. This is gonna be the one! Woo! Son of a bitch! Why must we be nearly flightful? I'd rather be completely flightless. It's the same thing. Without the false hope. All right, then of course there's completely flightful birds all the way at the top. Just a bunch of elitist bird assholes.
Oh boy, Zard.
Think they're better than everyone else. Flying around with attitude like, looking down at all the other birds like, almost nearly flightful. Almost, buddy.
Fini. Lamar, please us out.
Why don't you carry that for me? I always wonder if other animals are jealous of birds. Not because birds can fly, but because we build houses for them.
Sul, Rona, Crossnix, Chalner,
You know what I mean? Like a squirrel must look at a birdhouse and just be thinking, you have got to be kidding me. Really, humans? Really?
Wow.
They can already fly. They have a huge
Roga
advantage over
Melponka.
everyone else in the animal kingdom.
You!
Arv.
And you are going to provide them with free housing. Thanks a lot. I'm a squirrel. I have all these nuts. Nowhere to keep.
Noby.
You're going to build a 20-room hotel on a stick for the goddamn birds. Where do you think my nuts are going to be in the morning? Now, there's a question every man should ask himself. Before he leaves the house at night.
One left.
Give yourself a long, hard look in the mirror.
Levite Demiscos.
What do you think my nuts are going to be in the morning?
Vadish.
Well, if all goes well, they'll be right where they are now. And a little bit lighter. It was like finally a sex joke.
Oh, Cheroni.
All these birds. You guys have learned enough about birds.
Bouchard.
Lectured about nature.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. Carvana makes car buying easy. Isn't that right, hon? Dax? Dax?
Sorry, did you know about this 7-day money-back guarantee?
A week to evaluate seat comfiness, you say?
A week of terrain tests? Yeah, I can test the brake pad resistance at variable speeds.
Make sure all the kids' stuff fits nicely.
Make sure our stuff fits nicely. Right. Still need to buy the car. Getting ahead of ourselves here.
Buy your car with Carvana today.
Springtime savings are in full bloom, all in the Kroger app. Buy one, get one free on tender bone-in whole pork Boston butt. Then mix and match 5 or more on select Campbell's soup, Kroger pasta, or Knorr sides for 99 cents each, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
T-Mobile Home Internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing for our T-Mobile Home Internet radio commercial. Why don't we do a little vocal warm-up?
I love their fast speed.
I love their fast speed.
Try singing it.
T-Mobile has a 5-year price guarantee.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Just one cord. It's an easy set.
T-Mobile Home Internet, just $35 a month. Auto pay and any postpaid voice line. Plus, get our 5-year price guarantee.
Delivered via 5G cellular network. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
Women.
Ben Fahab. Bula Shaka.
Okay. How old are you? Like 18. What are you drinking? Is that?
Chicks from Bluff.
Flurbis.
Awesome, Papa.
Did you do the whole thing? Strawberry
Zorbo. Excelente. Por ser. Scripto Narch.
Oh. 18. You know how nice it would be to have like a Dr. Phil for 18-year-old boys, just to help you through life. This is what you need to know, okay? Women never want to know who you are. They always want to be guessing. You got to be mysterious, coming from anywhere. Oh, surprise her. Show up in the middle of the afternoon with flowers. Hey. She'll be like, oh my God, who are you? Pull out a handgun in a bridal shower. I'm talking now, bitches. When you get that opportunity to really consummate the relationship, you know what I'm talking about? She's all, spit in her mouth. Don't let her know who you are. Keep her on her toes. I do it. That's what keeps a marriage fresh. Where are my married people? Married? Married? Yeah. If you keep them guessing, that's what keeps it, and laughing. You got, like, the other day we're in the grocery store, right? And we're in the produce section. And I yell out to my wife, honey, this time get a thin cucumber. In a couple, you get it. You know it's a joke. You're like, oh my God, what is this asshole doing? And some of the guys, I think they, you know, that's good. And then there's always one girl going, oh my God. And I just stared her down and I go, you know what? Get your mind out of the gutter, okay? I'm putting it in her ass, not mine. Which is life lesson number 2. If you're gonna put a vegetable in her ass, don't use a cucumber, use a carrot. A cucumber's like a home invasion. I'm coming in, bitches! A carrot's more like, hello. The door was open, I don't know if it's because you guys don't smoke, but you guys, there are like 12 really great laughers. Like the kind of, like the hardest laugh I've had in a while. The other day I went to the gym and I'm jogging on the treadmill, and the girl in front of me is jogging, and she's I'm kind of looking at her ass a little bit because she's in good shape, but she's doing this like jog,
Osbook Teru Whitney.
And push-ups, and then back and jog, and back and jog, and push-ups, and push-ups, and turn around, and push-up, and I'm watching her going, oh, please fall. Oh, please fall. Soaking wet, sweating. All of a sudden, she goes to do one of these toe catches.
Marinka Flanova.
Hits and lands on her back, and the best
swoon breather Jessa.
Plastic. She hit and she fell off a pair of water skis, like, and before her body caught and went shooting that way. I could not stop laughing. And the only reason I was pointing was that I wanted everyone to know what I was laughing at.
George.
Harry
Gibbs,
SMU.
But I am single now. I'm trying to figure out the single game. I've been single for long enough. I know what's going on. I have patterns. I talk to 20-year-olds all the time on accident. I don't know why. Because they let them into bars. They're 20, but they still let them into bars. And then you look at them and you go, hey, you're pretty. 20, you're pretty. You're pretty. Let's talk. And then you talk to them and you're like, ooh, you suck at this. Wow. You're not good at talking. Talking to a 20-year-old is like talking to a baby, except babies don't have dumb ideas yet. It's like a little dumb baby. I talked to a 20-year-old one night in a bar, because she looked 25, stupid steroids and chicken.
Wabish. Unixal.
I go up to her and I was like, hey, do you play pool? You play pool? She goes, I had sex on a pool table once. Do you play pool or I don't know what? I don't know if you thought you answered my question, but... Oh, you had sex on a pool table. Was it a leak? Were you in a leak?
Amaga
I just wanted to put 2 quarters in her chest and say, I was next. Gonna be pretty excited.
Wabarani, but
You gonna text a lot?
Cebu
You're
on a mob.
Single now, I guess. Texting and stuff. All LOLs too. These young girls. LOL. They LOL themselves. That takes a pretty dumb person to do that. To laugh out loud at yourself, your brain has to sneak up on your brain. That's impressive. Let's say it's impressive. I texted a girl one night. I said, "Hey, do you want to hang out later?" She goes, "I do, but I'm scared." I said, "What are you scared of?" She goes, "I don't know. You'll probably rape me." Oh, cool. Probably was the word you went with there. That wasn't even. That's the most likely scenario in your brain. That wasn't how I introduced myself. I wasn't like, "Hey, I'm Tommy. I do comedy and rape." If I'm not making you laugh, keep your head on a swivel. I only know 2 things, and I'm all out of comedy. I text her back. Here's the reason. Here's the thing, and I'm not doing anything. I will say this: if you're a girl and you're worried, save yourself, protect yourself, right? But also, if you think somebody's gonna rape you, you don't have to respond to the text messages. I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't know what she was thinking when she got it, but she's like, "He's gonna sexually assault me." I don't want him to think I'm rude, though. That would, I mean, what if, he tells a friend, and that friend tells a friend. Next thing you know, I can't hang out with anybody. Because I don't have the option. I don't have the option of not texting. I have to. I've got to respond. If you get a message that says you're probably gonna rape me, you don't just let that hang out there for a while. You can't be like, smiley face. I text her this. I swear to God, I texted verbatim. I said, "That's weird that you would say that. We don't have to hang out at all, but I'm not gonna rape you." I typed in the words, "I'm not gonna rape you," into a text message. That's what my life is. That's where I'm at right now. I was just like, "Not gonna rape you." Hope that goes to the right phone. Ooh, man. That'd be a weird one for my mom to get. I thought that was unspoken. LOL.
You missed.
LOL. Don't only talk to hot girls either. The hot girls that you see, you're like, "Oh man, she looks like she just stepped off a magazine cover." That's boring most of the time. I've been there. I've sat through those conversations. If you've never met one, I'll give you her. Here she is in a nutshell. She has an ex-boyfriend who's mean to her, but she still loves him. She's taken a semester off of beauty college for the last 3 years. And she knows an old guy with a boat. For some weird reason, there's always some old dude with a boat hanging around. Who's this? That's Frank. He's got a pontoon. That's not even a cool boat. That's not even a cool boat.
Experience the nation's biggest artists at Ram's Head on Stage in Annapolis, Maryland. Presenting live music every day of the week. From Grammy-winning artists to your next favorite band, there's a show for everyone at Ram's Head. Visit ramsheadonstage.com for full calendar and tickets.
At Autobell Car Wash, we know a clean car feels great. For our anniversary, we're making it easy. Buy 1 Super Poly Process Wash, get 1 40% off. Stop by Autobell and snack twice the clean. Choose easy. Choose Autobell.
Mazda?
Once you discover the Mazda CX-90,
Mazda?
It doesn't take long to get it. With 3-row seating and safety features like radar cruise control and rear cross traffic alert to carry you and your peace of mind. It will have you saying,
Mazda.
The Mazda CX-90. It's made to move you.
Every Mazda SUV offers you an elevated driving experience and refined performance. Discover it at Southern Mazda Newport News.
Left.
At Autobell Car Wash, we know a clean car feels great, and saving money even better. For our anniversary, we're giving you an easy way to double the clean for less. Buy 1 Super Poly Process Wash and get 1 40% off. That's 40% off a full-service clean and protection featuring the exclusive Autobell 10-point clean. Purchase through the Autobell app and treat your car to the Super Poly Process Clean twice. Choose easy.
Yaga.
Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Johnigan.
Perfect. Let's make a CD. Do you guys want to do that? So, all right, let's do that. Don't suck. I mean, I'm gonna hold up my end. I'm gonna need you guys to bring it also. A few months ago, I tried to get high for the first time ever with a girl who we had never done it, and we were curious. I said, let's do it. Let's get some pot. Let's do some pot. Let's get high on some pot. And she goes, we're not gonna get any if you say it like that. You a cop? You a cop? You wearing a wire? I don't know how you get drugs. I've never scored dope before. So I assume the way you get drugs is you have a friend in grade school, and he eventually starts to sell people drugs. And you stay friends with him until your wife tells you that you can't. He's weird around the kids. You've noticed that, right? I don't have a friend like that. I do have a friend who has a medical marijuana card, which means he's able to legally acquire marijuana and illegally give it to me in a Chipotle parking lot. That's what we did. I was nervous about the exchange. Like, seriously, I was getting drugs. I didn't know. I parked in the back, and I was like, "How do you want to do this?" And he was like, "I'll just give it to you right here." It's probably easiest. I didn't know if I needed to come up with a cover story or "Thanks for the marbles." Appreciate you picking up the marbles. And he'd be like, "That's weed. That's weed in there. Did you also want marbles?" I don't want to make 2 stops. They don't sell marbles at the weed store since the incident. He got us 2 Rice Krispie treats with weed in them, or weed treats with Rice Krispies on them. I'm not sure how they list the ingredients. She was like, let's only eat half of them because we've never done this before. Well, exactly. That's what we would do if we were giant pussies. Let's eat them all and see what happens. That sounds way funner. We ate them all, and what happened was it hit her first. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's a smaller person. It got into her system, and I just watched it before it happened. I watched it happen. She was like the ghost of marijuana future. The first thing that happened is she smacked her lips really hard and then licked her face like Scooby-Doo or any famous dog. But she goes, I don't think it's hit me yet. I hope it has. If you just start doing that normally, I'm leaving. Then a little, she started laughing. I knew that was, I've seen after school specials. I know about drugs. So she started laughing. Then I started laughing. She started crying hysterically, and I could not stop laughing. I wanted to. She's crying, I'm laughing. I forgot how to breathe at one point. That's how much I put in I forget, you don't even remember to breathe, but I forgot. Like at one point I had to go, breathe in. And then I only breathed in. Like that's all I did. Just convulsing on the bed. Like, oh no, this isn't good. I hated it. I'm never doing it again. I'm just saying no. I told her, I said, let's go to bed. Drugs can't get you in your sleep. Man, I totally made that up. Like when you go to bed, they're like, let's crank it up a notch.
Moving on to France. I worked in France about 5 years ago. I was there for 2 months. I did a movie, and I enjoyed France. You know, not everybody was all warm and fuzzy. Panette is actually a French name. But it's not like I walk off the plane and Lumiere was there. Biagues. No. And you have to know French, and you have to speak it well. If you don't speak French well, they get very upset. I stayed at a 5-star hotel, and I went up to the concierge, and I said, excuse me, do you know where I can get some breakfast? Je ne comprends pas, monsieur. You know what I'm saying, you little bastard. You're watching CNN in English. Where's breakfast? You know, in France, they don't really do breakfast. It's not like the thing. Breakfast is called English breakfast. There's no breakfast. They call breakfast petit déjeuner, which means no food till noon. They give you a croissant and a cup of coffee. I have a croissant and a cup of coffee on the way to breakfast. Where's my breakfast? Some things were great. The bread, oh, it was good bread. And their reckless disregard for how bad butter is for you never failed to impress me. For a little stretch, I was getting cheese every meal. That'll get you after a while. Look, what do we have for you? Some more fromage. I don't want any more cheese! I would like to go to the bathroom this millennium. I'm pounding Metamucil in beer steins. You're giving me cheese. So, I worked on a movie set, and there was catering at the movie set. Usually it's great, but this was a little mom and pop operation. And the French have very eclectic taste in food. You could get, pigeons, snails, cow brains. One time, for lunch, for 40 people, the caterer fed us rabbit. Who does that? Who says we got 40 people coming over? Everybody likes rabbit, right? There were no other choices but rabbit. And it wasn't like rabbit disguised as chicken. It left nothing to the imagination. Look at the little bunny! But on the weekends, you get to go to great restaurants and have just a wonderful time. This French crew took me on a wine tasting. And I went there with an attitude. Oh yeah, wine tasting, I drink tequila, bring on your wine. After the first hour, the subtle differences in the wine started to elude me. Red, white, Boone's Farm apple.
Pops.
These people can drink wine for 10 hours and drive a school bus. Which ones would you like better? The Margaux, the Letos, the Coton Chalamet?
So.
I don't remember getting in the car.
I
I remember sitting on top of a piano. Smoking.
Balco?
I don't smoke.
Balco no.
No.
Fresh Bobsel? Chichi? Hipsalagouche? Pankawatsa.
Later that afternoon, I wound up at a nude beach.
Samba.
Let me tell you the nude beach story. I technically wasn't naked. I was covered in sunblock. It was that sunblock 50. It doesn't rub in, so I look like a car that hadn't been buffed out. And you have to put sunblock everywhere.
So.
I found out there's a fine line between rubbing lotion on
And
yourself and rubbing yourself with lotion. I think I crossed that line.
Chibi. Chabina. Pepper serve.
Hey, did you know that when someone is poop, they do a little dance? Why? Because they're party poopers. Okay, I got one. Did you know that frogs pee to scare predators? So if you're near a frog, you're in the danger zone. You're in, get it? We're dropping science at the Virginia Aquarium. Click to learn more.
However you travel, there's a Hotel by Wyndham waiting. Perhaps you're in town for a concert and what really matters to you is being in a comfy bed close to the venue and getting a great price so you can hit the merch table after. For that, it's gotta be Days Inn. Or maybe you're traveling for work and need fast Wi-Fi to stream every show your partner says is too slow, silly, scary, or just meh. If that's the case, La Quinta has you covered. With 25 hotel brands to choose from, your Wyndham is waiting. Book now at wyndhamhotels.com.
Say hello to the Coda 2 range from Uni, the next generation of outdoor gas-powered home pizza ovens. Uni gives you delicious restaurant-quality pizza cooked at 950 degrees Fahrenheit in just 60 seconds. The Coda 2 range gives you innovative G2 gas technology for improved heat distribution and a more evenly cooked pizza every time, with a temperature range that lets you cook anything from burgers to a whole roast chicken. The Coda 2 range is bigger, better, smarter. Learn more at uni.com. That's OONI.com.
Pick at the ladies. You can pick up the women, man. I tell you. Anybody? How many single people you got here today, huh? Single? Are you looking? Are you looking for somebody? Depends. The diapers? What are you doing? Hi. Depends. Are you psycho? I've been meeting a lot of psycho women.
Really, I'm 28 years old. I'm psycho, and let's go out sometime.
Yo, let's go, me and you.
Who's that girl you're hugging, Pablo? No, don't touch me. Who was she? No, don't. You can touch me when you tell me. Who was that?
Ringlar Yeats.
I don't care. I don't care if she's your mom. You know. You know, it's even worse when you meet a beautiful woman and she has like an ex-boyfriend who's still stalking her. You know, I love you. It's over, Todd. It's over. No. Love you. You'll be kissing her in her front yard. He'll drive by. She tries to play it out. Pablo, come back, come back. He shoots in the air. He doesn't
Spino?
mind. Come on.
Yeah, fruit.
It's okay.
Hey, I'm just trying to find my way. And I have to be honest with you, I didn't think you would be any good.
Great, beautiful women here, boy. Good God. See, I'm from Tucson. There's nothing there. Species up in Tucson. I swear, hey, what's your name? All right, what's your friend's name? Yeah. Power Rangers, get 'em! Form, kill, funky hoochie. I mean, they look good. You know, they take good care of the body. You know, the legs and, oh, they're just gorgeous. But the face... The face is important, you know. Gotta have a good-looking face, you know. Then the mind. The face first, then the mind. I know it sounds like, you know, a pig or something, but it's true. You don't see an ugly person and go, yeah, let's meet her brain, yeah. You know geometry, huh? It's such a disappointment. Oh, what a nice body. Oh, good look. And they'll trick you, too. They'll be on the Stairmaster, their back towards you, you know. They'll be like, on the Stairmaster looking good. All right, man, she's looking hot. Hey, what's your name? What's going on? Hey! Yay! It is, it's true. See, a woman even said, it's so true. I mean, if you meet a beautiful one, she's hanging out with the funky looking one, you know? Hi, I'm April. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm beautiful. Yeah, you are. Who's this? This is Jenny. 4 shots of Cuervo this way. Make 2 Rumplemans on top of that. Let's... Ooh. That is the funk.
We all show up on this planet with our personalities already intact. As soon as you're here, you're made. You're made. And you're either allowed to flower or you're stomped out by the grown-ups in your life. My kids are exactly the same as when they got here. Exactly. And I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. My little one is tough as nails. She's a back like Michael Phelps. Ooh. She eats rocks. She's a killer. We're all scared of her. All family. We're at the airport. I was like, where's the luggage? She has it already. Let's go. Hurry up, she's getting in the cab. Where'd she get money? I don't know. And she was that way immediately. She came out of my wife. They put her on that little baby bread warmer shelf. She immediately started getting up like she had somewhere to go. Nurses were passing out. They never saw a baby do a push-up their first 5 seconds on the planet. Let's get out of here. I can't control that. I just have to watch her and hope she doesn't turn evil. It's all I can do. And the other one is smart. She's always been that way. She wants help with her homework now. I can't do it. Can't do it. 4th grade math, I'm out. I'm out. It's fraction time. Good night. I'm out. I get nervous when the pizza guy comes. I have to do the change and the tip in the moment. I just hold up balled up money like I'm from a small town in Belgium. You need more of this? You want more? We infantilize these kids.
No one talks to their kids the way we do. You gonna put on your jammy whammies? You gonna get all cuddly wuddly on the couchy poo? You have a big day tomorrow. You have your SATs. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Other cultures, the kids go to school and work immediately. These little Chinese kids putting together our iPhones, kicking ass over there. Seriously, they go to school for like 50 hours. They bicycle home 500 miles. They give their ancient grandparents a sponge bath, one piece of seaweed, off to the apple factory for the night shift. And they're happy for the benefits. Our kids go to school for like 3 hours and waddle around all night looking for candy. Nah. There's gotta be some Skittles somewhere. Every generation is smarter than the one that came before it, right? You were smarter than your parents. And these kids are, with technology, it happens so much faster, so much faster. Just think about their phones. Think about the amount of pornography they have in their pockets 24 hours a day. You know what I had to do when I was 8 years old to see a picture of a naked lady in a magazine? I had to run an underground railroad for porn. A series of meeting points and backpack drop-offs and swapping out bicycles in abandoned garages. Get it through the woods, into the house, into the basement, into the crawl space. Cuckoo, cuckoo. We crawl back through the dirt with a book of matches. Ow! Could you imagine showing a Playboy to an 8-year-old now? They'd be like, no, I was into that in preschool. More into feet now.
I'm Elena, an autopsy technician.
And I'm Ash, a hairstylist.
And we just love swapping stories about all the morbid things that fascinate us.
And if you do too, join us on our podcast, Morbid. It's a safe space to let your weirdo flag fly.
We cover dark historical events, sinister science, unnerving paranormal events, sordid high society murders, and dive deep into the most notorious crimes in history.
You can listen to Morbid on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
However you travel, there's a Hotel by Wyndham waiting. Perhaps you're in town for a concert and what really matters to you is being in a comfy bed close to the venue and getting a great price so you can hit the merch table after. For that, it's gotta be Days Inn. Or maybe
doctor. All he did was suck blood from my neck. Don't go see Dr. Acula. I want to hang a map of the world in my house. Then I'm going to put pins into other locations that I've traveled to. But first I'm going to have to travel to the top 2 corners of the map so it won't fall down. You know, people think I'm into sports just because I'm a man. I'm not into sports. I mean, I like Gatorade, but that's about as far as it goes. And by the way, you don't have to be sweating and holding a basketball to enjoy a Gatorade. You can just be a thirsty dude. Gatorade forgets about this demographic. I'm thirsty for absolutely no reason, other than the fact that liquid has not touched my lips for some time. Can I have a Gatorade too, or does that lightning bolt mean no? Yeah, I'm not into sports. If I had athlete's foot, my first reaction would be, that's not my fucking foot. I don't want to have my face on the cover of a Wheaties box. I want to have my face on the cover of a Rice Krispies box. Snap, crackle, Mitch, and pop. Hey, how the fuck did he do that? Hey, in Hollywood, it's all who you know, and I know crackle. I saw on HBO they were advertising this boxing match. They said, it's a fight to the finish. That's a good place to end. Every McDonald's commercials end the same way, right? McDonald's commercials end like this. Prices and participation may vary. Now, I want to open a McDonald's and not participate in anything. I want to be a stubborn McDonald's owner. I say, cheeseburgers? Nope. We got spaghetti. And blankets. But we are not affiliated with that clown. He attracts too many children.
I would have killed that owl. Don't think I wouldn't have. I've killed birds before. It wouldn't be the first time. I've killed 2 birds in my life, and I did it with 1 stone. Now, I know it sounds impressive, but please wait for the facts. There were 2 very small birds, both trapped in one very small cage. I was standing over them with a huge stone, conducting an investigation into the realism of expression. My friend holding the video camera. People have been bragging about this bullshit for hundreds of years. Today, we find out just how difficult it actually is. Well, there you have it, folks. Hundreds of years of trash talk, and it's just that easy to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We'll be back right after this with Have Your Cake and Eat It Too. Every now and again, and beaten half to death. Turns out it's pretty damn easy to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Depending, of course, upon what kind of birds they are. The birds were, say, ostriches or emus, both of which are nearly flightless, by the way. Right? If the birds were ostriches, that would change the whole equation. Right? Then the question would lie in how many times you're allowed to use the same stone over again. Right? Hey, are you the guy who killed 2 ostriches with 1 stone? Yes, I am. It took me 7 hours. But I did it. The first one was easy. He just walked right over to me. I think he thought I was gonna feed him or something. He just leaned his big, stupid ostrich head in and bam! Took him out with 1 shot. That spooked the other one. He took off into the jungle, or wherever ostriches live. I ran in there after him. We were in there all day. Twice I thought I had lost that stone, in which case I'd be completely screwed. I'd have to start all over again. Right, and where do you draw that line? Hey, are you the guy who killed 11 ostriches with 9 stones? Right now, I'm just some bizarre criminal who's killing a lot of rare birds in a pretty freaking violent manner. I had something to prove when it all started. Now I'm just getting arrested and escorted out of the zoo. What, you thought I went to Africa? Perfectly good ostriches in the Bronx. Or there used to be. Expressions don't make any sense. How about this one? How'd you sleep? Like a baby. What'd you shit in your shorts? What are you waking up crying every half an hour? What the hell is wrong with you? You're 45 years old. Stop sleeping in that crib. Just ruining your social life. How about this one? How often have you been getting over there? Oh, every now and again. What? How often is that? How often is that? Every now and again. Think about it. Every now and again. Every now. All the nows. Every single one. Now. And again, that's freaking impossible. You cannot go somewhere that often. If you go somewhere every now and again, you are trapped there for eternity. And again. Doesn't make any sense. How about this one? You ever trying to get 2 good things going on in your life at the same time? One of them keeps faltering. There's always someone there to whisper these words of wisdom. Well, you know what they say. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Hey, fuck you. What are you trying to mess with my head? Right? If I can't eat my cake, I don't even want it. What else am I gonna do with it? Just sit there looking at it? I have cake. Well, don't eat it. Then you won't have it anymore. Shit, that's the whole reason I got it to begin with. Would you like to have some cake? No, thank you. I'll eat mine. You have yours. I might eat yours when I'm done with mine, and then you won't have yours either. Cannot have your cake and let Ben eat it too. Who the hell has cake and doesn't eat it? Diners. You can't eat the cake at a diner. I've tried. Could I have a piece of that enormous chocolate cake, please? No. We don't eat our cakes here. We rotate them. Fair enough. One of my favorite ones I heard was here in New York. I had seen a big fight on the street. One guy was all beat up, laying on the ground. The other guy was gone. There's an old woman standing over the guy in a panic, saying the exact same thing over and over. He beat him half to death. He beat him half to death.
Féminé.
Over and over. Half to death. And after a while, all I could hear was half to death. And then just half. Half. Repeating in my head. Until I started thinking, half? How could she possibly know that? So I interrupted her. I said, excuse me, but there is no way that you could know that this man has been beaten half to death. The only way that we could know that for sure is if we were to beat him again. Exactly the same way. And he were to die right at the end. And she agreed. So we beat the crap out of her. Me and the old lady, recreating the first beating as best we could. Sure enough, right at the end, he died. That's when the police arrived. And they said, "What has happened here? This man is exactly dead." And we said, "He's been beaten half to death. Twice."
In Ocean City, Maryland, fun isn't just about what you do, it's about how you feel. The energizing crash of the rolling tide, the satisfying crack of a fresh-caught crab leg, the clink of a well-deserved round of Orange Crush cocktails, the kerplunk of a perfect putt, and that first deep breath of sweet ocean air. Ah, yeah, that's the feeling. And it's all right here in Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about. Plan your getaway at ococean.com.
Something amazing is happening. Technology is working harder, faster, and more reliably. It's delivering results that work. But who makes technology work? CDW. We're a full-service technology solutions provider, advising our clients and designing customized solutions so they can reach their goals and do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com.
Hi, here's your report.
Thanks, Jane. I wish I could hire a whole team of yous.
Try posting a job on LinkedIn. It's the world's largest professional network. Unlike resumes, LinkedIn gives a real-time view into a candidate's skills, experiences, and more.
Let's do it. You're irreplaceable, Jane, but another you would be great.
Find your perfect match with LinkedIn. Post your free job at linkedin.com/qualify. That's linkedin.com/qualify. Terms and conditions apply.
I think they could take sesame seeds out the market and I wouldn't even care. I can't imagine 5 years from now saying, "Damn, remember sesame seeds?" What happened? All the buns are blank. They're gonna have to change that McDonald's song. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a bun. How does a sesame seed stick to a bun? That's fucking magical. There's got to be some sesame seed glue out there. Either that or they're adhesive on one side. Take the sesame seed out, remove the backing, and place it on the bun. Now your bun will look spectacular. What does a sesame seed grow into? I don't know. We never give them a chance. What the fuck is a sesame? It's a street. It's a way to open shit. You think when the guy came up with the idea to invent a bong, a black light popped up over his head? I shouldn't do this joke because it's gonna ruin my cover, but I like the FedEx driver because he's a drug dealer and he don't even know it. And he's always on time. I remixed the remix, it was back to normal.
Please put your hands together for Mr. Mike Birbiglia, everybody.
Oh, you didn't have to. How are ya? Nice to see ya. John got my last name right. It's Birbiglia. Everyone gets it wrong. When telemarketers call, they'll be like, "Good afternoon, may I speak with Mr.?" Oh, man. Gabigaboo. So I just have to spell it on the phone like it's B as in boy, I-R, B again, I-G-L-I-A. I wish my last name were just boy. I'd be like, it's B as in boy, and then the rest of the word boy. I'm Italian. My family's not real Italian. We're like Olive Garden Italian. Sometimes people come up to me, they'll be like, in Italy it's pronounced Birbilia. I'm like, in America, you're annoying. It's a hard name to have growing up. The kids would call me names like Berbigglebug and Berbibliography and Faggot. I was an altar boy when I was a kid, and the answer is no, I wasn't. And I think it's because they knew I was a talker. And also, I was so bad at it, I think they thought, well, if he's just bad at lighting candles. Very ambitious as a child. I wanted to be a comedian or a rapper or the owner of a pizza restaurant where third graders could hang out. Those are my goals. And it surprises people that I want to be a comedian because I'm just very awkward in my life. I have a habit of making awkward situations even more awkward. Like, I was moving a new bed into my apartment recently, and this woman who lived in the building opened the front door for me with her key, and she goes, I'm not worried because a rapist wouldn't have a bed like that. Now, what I should have said was nothing. What I did say was you'd be surprised. And there's nothing you can say after that. You're just like, whatever. See her on the building, you know, that kind of thing. It's hard not to end up in awkward conversations because every topic is off limits. Like, you can't talk about movies anymore. Like, I was talking to this girl, and I was like, I hated that movie. And then she was like, that movie was the reason I stopped cutting myself. And then I had to pull it back. I'm like, it was pretty good. I liked the ending when she didn't cut herself. I thought that was redemptive.
I'm not looking for the one, because I'm looking for one of the ones, because I don't think there is a one. There's a lot of people for there just to be one. One? I got one? There's 6 billion people. What if my one lives in Bangladesh and doesn't have the internet? I gotta sleep alone because my one has no 4G? That's not fair. You gotta find one of the ones. That's a lot less pressure. There's a lot of ones. You find one of them. That way you're here tonight, you got a woman. Oh, you're one of them. She starts acting up and you're like, there's other ones. That's good, that's good. You're not the only one. Or the last one. The problem is the system's flawed. You pick the one that you spend the rest of your life with in the middle of your life. Before you've seen the full selection. You haven't perused the rack enough to pick your favorite. That'd be like going to a restaurant, you order food, and they set down the food and also a menu of a bunch of better things they didn't tell you they had. You're like, oh, no. What? That is, oh, no. You'd be like, I gotta eat this forever now? And they're like, just for the first few years. That was an interesting reaction. Oh, we get it. No, we didn't get it. We thought we did. You tricked us. Sex is important. I like sex. Everybody does. And if you get in fights about it, sex, when you're in a relationship. I was with a girl one time, we had sex once for a month. And I told her, I go, can you believe we had sex one time all month? One time all month? Not a lot. She goes, I didn't know you were gonna keep track. Ooh. Oops. It was one. I don't know. Did you think I did that on purpose? I kept track of none, and then I added that time that we did it. What'd you get? What'd you get? Was there a dot in your number? Did you get pi? Did you prorate it because it was February?
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we know how fast life moves. That's why we have all-in-one banking that lets you keep on banking on. So whether you need our new lightning fast direct deposit setup for a new job, a checking account with ATM refunds and no service fees for everyday spending, or a full picture of your finances, that's all-in-one banking. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Springtime savings are in full bloom, all in the Kroger app. Buy one, get one free on tender bone-in whole pork Boston butt. Then mix and match 5 or more on select Campbell's soup, Kroger pasta, or Knorr sides for 99 cents each, all with your card. Shop these deals at your local Kroger, less than 10 miles away. Or click the screen now to download the Kroger app to save big today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Prices and product availability subject to change. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
My family's pretty great. We got a great I won't watch my nephews. That's one thing I won't do. My sister asked me to babysit them. I love them, but I don't know what about you having a baby makes me qualified to care for a baby. You know what I mean? I didn't take a class or read a pamphlet. You gotta train for 2 weeks to be a busboy at a Golden Corral. You just handed me your baby? You're a bad mom already. The only thing I know about them is don't shake them or feed them chocolate. And I think that second one's for dogs. I mean, probably is. I know you're not supposed to throw a baby into a ceiling. They don't tell you that. You find out because you accidentally threw a baby into a ceiling one time. That's what happened to me. I wasn't on purpose. I wasn't like, but I can hit that. And what happened was I was throwing him up in the air and I was catching him. You know, you throw babies up in the air and you catch them because they love it. And I just say babies because that's the only people I've witnessed enjoying it. I'm 27, $1.80. I'd probably like it myself. If we got some good air, heck yeah. So I'm throwing this baby up in the air and catching him, and he's loving it. It's the best day of his life. He's being thrown up in the air and caught. He's having a time of his life. And I walked from the kitchen to the hallway. I went from a 14-foot ceiling to a 7-foot ceiling. Yeah. But I threw him at a 14-foot rate of speed. So as soon as I let it go, I knew I had done something wrong. You know what I mean? It was like, what, you're back before your scheduled arrival? How did that happen? And if you've never heard what it sounds like when a baby hits a ceiling, you're a better person than I am. It's a dull noise. I can't get it out of my head. We probably hit a floor joist or a stud or something. I don't know what happened. I don't know what long-term effects. He's probably 2 inches shorter, can't see red or taste pepperoni. Just something, no, what's this colorless disc? He started crying and I was upset. I was upset because I hurt him and I like him as a person. And I was like, listen, baby, that's on me. I'm sorry. And then I put him down and I walked away before any adult saw what happened. I'm like, I'm not going down for this, baby. I mean, we can't take it back. It's happened. And it's up to you to live with it. Grow from this. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have said what happened if he'd actually stuck in the ceiling, just dangling there with his baby head jammed in between sheetrock and insulation. I'd have been like, he can jump. He can jump. He's like a baby Jordan. Not Harold Miner, but like a baby version of a Michael Jordan. We need heavier baby shoes is what we need.
So people do say the same stuff a lot. They ask me the same questions a lot. They go, hey, did you have to get a real taxi license to host that show? And I say yes, because I did. And then they always make the same joke. They think it's brilliant. They go, well, at least you got something to fall back on. And I am like, har, 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 har. That is absolutely hilarious. I often sit and chuckle at the thought of losing my television show and becoming a regular cab driver. That is the funniest scenario that I can even come up with right now. Can you imagine the disappointment I would feel if the show were to be canceled and I were forced to drive a cab for real to make my living? My disappointment would be tremendous. But it would pale when compared to the disappointment felt by those individuals that got into my taxi.